Huh. Yeah, maybe I'll do that.
I've been down there before.
That old tuna casino. I see they just sold a couple of those casinos there. They sold the Gold Strike to some Indians. That place is dead. Keep it with me. Stay with me. I was going to get you a lobster roll sushi. I don't believe they're using legit lobster. That's an easy dish to make, though. Yeah. I don't know if I'm on this thing or not. Kick it with me. Fade with me. Let's see here. Hey, Mary, how you doing? Having a good? Those pictures look great. Now, will you get up early there tomorrow or not? I know it's your last day, Frisky. How you doing? I just came home and went out and got something to eat. I was 32 miles away. Went into this convenience store, and when I got out of my car, I could hear the tire leaking air. Hey, Keith. Isn't that something? So, I've had a bad problem with flat tires in this car. So I get out, and I thought, man, I hope that horseshoe thing doesn't come on showing really low air. Nothing. I just wondered if that's how you worked it when you were up there when you were leaving Saturday. So I take off out of the convenience store. I go to the first gas station. They don't have an air hose. I go to the second one. And it says $2. So I use my credit card, and the vacuum starts up. It's a dual thing. I didn't even see the vacuum hose. It was like cut off and not even attached to the machine. Then I look at a thing and it says $8 or 8 quarters, $2. So I run into the place, wait in line, give him $2. He gives me 8 quarters. I come out. I put them in. The damn air thing starts up. And I fill the tire up to 52 pounds per square inch, which is about, 15 pounds more than I should. But I needed to make it home. I was 32 miles away from home. And you could hear the air coming out of it big time. So I fill it up to 52, get back in the car, haul ass back home. I made it all the way back home. That tire low pressure light never came on. I was going to take the tire off tonight because we're supposed to get 2 days of rain. But if I can make it that far, I can make it to a tire change place in the morning. And I've got a thing where I can blow it up in the morning. But damn, man, I've had the worst time with that damn car. Yeah, it's 53 here, Mary. Hey, Lethea. If it wasn't raining, I would have come up to Chattanooga tomorrow. I was going to go down near Salty. I got a favorite hotel down there, but the place is all sold out. And I checked some other places, and it's like they're not shit. And I thought, well, it's still a 7-hour and 20-minute drive. So not staying at the place I wanted to. That's a lot of driving for one day. So I said, screw it. And then I got looking around and I thought, well, maybe I'll go up to Chattanooga. And then now we're getting 2 days rain, so I don't know what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm glad I made it home too. If you look at the route where I come home, it's pitch dark. I would have called Marty. He would have came and got me, but I had to leave my van there. I've got a spare, but that's another nightmare thing on these Toyotas. It's getting the spares off. It's a nightmare. I saw that. Yeah, Sunday and Monday. 2 inches of snow. It's crazy. Down to India Atlantic. 7 hours and 15 minutes. The rates went up to $350 a night too, which I'm not too tickled about, but it was sold out anyway. It didn't matter. Yeah, this spare, if you can believe it or not, it's a donut tire, no big deal. But you've got to get a wrench, which I don't have. I should carry one in there. And you've got to go through the back seat, undo this big long nut. Then you've got to crank down the donut tire until it falls out of the bottom of the undercarriage. It's the biggest pain in the ass in the world. And so I just thought, fuck it, I hope I make it home, and I did. And it's not even leaking now. So I think whatever punctured the tire, with that kind of extra pressure in there, it's just a slow leak. Now, hopefully I'll have enough air in there in the morning where I don't even need to add any, but I'm not worried about it like I was before. But when I heard that air coming out of that tire when I got out to go and get a 4-pack of beer, I thought, I am never going to make it home. Yeah, the spare is an absolute fucking nightmare on those things. Yeah, Tybee Island, that doesn't really interest me. Tybee Island. That's down near Hilton Head. Yeah. I'm going to go out to New Mexico pretty soon. I got a doctor's appointment next week and a doctor's appointment after that. And then I'm thinking I'm going to hit the road for a couple weeks. Yeah. It's party. No, those photos are gorgeous, Mary. Yeah, Mary is up there having a good time. I never realized that event was that big up there. Mary, did you take your van up there? Oh, well. Don't you worry about getting nailed up there with a bunch of snow or something, or you're just winging it? Yeah, believe me, I'll tell you what I do. I've had so many flats in that. I leave the jack in the back with these 2x4s. I don't even stow it away. I just leave it back there on a rug. Plan on getting another. Oh, you carpooled. Oh, okay. It's a super pain in the ass. It's the worst hassle to go through for changing a tire you could imagine. Mary, was Dave going to be in the same place as you're at? Or was he going to someplace different? I thought said he was going to the same festival. No, that's why I go up there too. But if you don't have all-wheel drive with snow tires, you're asking for it. Yeah, who cares about a storm with the right vehicle? No, because I just got 2 new tires. Those tires, I had all brand new tires last April. 2 of them I've already had to replace because they said the holes were too big. And the other 2 I've had to have repaired before. I'm never getting that brand tires again. I've had them over the years. They've been great. But next time, I'm not getting those. Absolutely not. I mean, it could just be bad luck, but I'm going to get those steel belted. I thought that tires held up better than that. I don't know why I get so many damn flats. Oh, okay. I mean, that's a long way for him, so, who knows? Maybe they didn't go. I sent him an email early today on that motorhome, and I never heard back from him, a text. So I don't know what's going on with him. Hard to say. They're Discover tires. Yeah, I've never had that happen. I've had 2 flats in my life before. Hi, Tammy. And that was in high school. And down here, I've had 5. This actually makes 6 in 7 months. Yeah, probably not. Yep. So I guess I'm just going to hang out here. Go to my doctor's appointment, 14th. What's the date today? That's Tuesday, so that's not bad. Tammy, how you doing? You're not missing much up there in Taos. Yeah, I went to the place where I bought them when I went back up to Michigan to get that stuff. They're pretty good guys, and they said, well, there's nothing you can do. They don't have road hazard warranty. Plus, I blew one of those tires, too, on this little tiny bullshit bump going down this dirt road, which didn't make any sense either. That's what I think, a bad batch. I would have really been screwed tonight. So I'm glad I made it back. It's supposed to be raining, but it's not. I got a good sushi dinner. Bought a nice magazine. Frisky, this month's Psychology Today. That's a cheap magazine. It's only $4.99. They've got a huge section on psilocybin and how it affects you and why it affects you and medicinal purposes and blah, blah, blah. If you got a Barnes & Noble near you, I think you'd appreciate it. Tammy, you want to come up and talk with us? Come on up here and click on this link. Fuck it. I used to do stuff like that, but I'd just rather get some different ones. But it was a good dinner I had. Oh, okay. Good for you. That's good. Yeah, it's an excellent issue in there. It's a very cheap magazine. $4.99 is cheap for a magazine. It's this month's edition. Yeah, huge article on it. A really good one. That's why I bought it, actually. I mean, I think the magazine's turned into kind of a rag, but they do have occasional good articles. I almost bought I'll tell you a good magazine, too. And they don't discount it either, so it's good. Atlantic Monthly, even if you get a year's subscription. Those are well-written articles. Really good. Psychology Today, yep. Okay, nighty-night, Tammy. Have a good day tomorrow. Good to see you. So, yeah, that was that. I meant to look today. I don't know how far it is to Branson, Missouri from here. Yeah, Psychology Today, too. I wanted to check that out. I stayed up a little too late last night. See how far it would be. I bet it's a long way. I'd say it's 742 miles. My God. That's way over in the southwest corner of Missouri. We don't think of it. It's about the same distance to Indy Atlantic for me, although a lot more hours, 2 more hours. Well, I guess they got construction out there. Huh. That sushi place, that hibachi house, was super busy tonight. They were packed. I had to wait 20 minutes to sit down. Yeah, it's about it. Definitely late to the plate. I noticed they talked about that too, how long it's been used. Oh, how you doing, Triples? Yeah, 12 hours. Yeah, I was gonna what I was gonna do. See, I would have had to be back for Tuesday anyway. So I want to get down to Indy Atlantic. They got good pizza down there, and then I like just sitting on a balcony, drinking beer, and having a nice coffee in the morning. There's a turtle park near there. It's no good this time of year, but it's still a nice area. Hey, Karen. Yeah, it looks like you had a good time at Marriott. That Airbnb, what's that, about 400 a night? Hey, Eternal Doorman, how you doing? Isn't that about 400 a night? How's things going with you, Eternal Doorman? Which one? Oh, 150 a night? Oh, that's a good deal. There's one up there I looked up, Airbnb. It was 400 a night. Oh, that's good. I don't think I'm going to be going up to Athens on Friday nights anymore. I mean, as you know, it's a college town. And you do go through a bit of campus, but not much. And I've been up there a million times since I've lived here. I don't like the layout. See, Ann Arbor just got voted the best city in the country to live in. I can understand why. But Athens isn't as nicely laid out. Oh, no pets. Yeah, well, now that I got somebody to watch Daisy, I mean, it's much easier for me to go on trips and not take her. Marty will watch her. I have to stay at different hotels, and a lot of times I'm interviewing people, and she's barking, and it gets hot. That was a great dinner. That's an excellent place. That's up there in Athens. What do they call it? What's the name of that place? Sahara, I think. Yeah, it was a good dinner. I thought it was cheap too. That was only $29, and you get a salad and soup. I got Marty to order a fried rice on the way back. Mary, is there any good food up there where you're at? Anything good to eat or not? I suppose there should be some whitefish up there, but maybe not. Yeah, like a tree house or something like that. Yeah, I agree. Well, as soon as this place is finished, you guys are welcome to come down here whenever you want, whether I'm here or whether I'm not. It's a cool place to just get away. If you want to just come down and do nothing and relax, this is the best place you could be. Now, the downside is, I'll tell you the plus side. The wildlife is absolutely fantastic, but it's limited. It's armadillos, raccoons, coyotes, pheasants, vultures, hawks, possums. And the water isn't like where Mary's from or South Florida water. It's like the water you see in a lot of places, Pennsylvania, lower Michigan, Indiana, Ohio. It's kind of darkish looking. But as far as quiet, stargazing, rock hunting, and getting out of the rat race, you'll never find a better place. Hey, Lakota, how you doing? But you know how it is. There's things that you think you'd like to do, and then you do them. Be honest with you, Rebecca. Fade has something to do with blacks use it a lot, Africans, Americans, and to be honest with you, I'm not exactly sure what it means. Does anybody out there know what fade means? I'm not exactly sure. Oh, no kidding, Tribbles. Wow. Hey, Natasha. Yeah, but when they're talking about fading, I think they mean talking, but I'm not sure. Oh, is that what it means? Oh, okay. I don't really care for Chick-fil-A, to tell you the truth. I don't think it's that great. Hey, Natasha, how you doing? Well, and the helicopter thing, once again, blue Malibu comes through, finds out where the helicopters are landing. But I'm not going to go down there and watch that because when the helicopters are landing, the show isn't opening. So, and you never know. I mean, there's only 60 helicopters over a 2-day period. And I looked at videos from prior years, and there's nobody standing around there. It looks like you got to be connected, like it was the security guard doing the recording. So I don't want to go down there and then get booted out or not have a good view. And there isn't any hotel or motel where you have a view of the helicopters landing. So it's just all things considered, plus putting up with the traffic. It's just not worth it to me. So I'm just going to bite the bullet. I'm going to drive down there and pay full price for a day's entrance, which is about $300. Oh, it means higher drunk. Oh, okay. I may be over in your neck of the woods too pretty soon, Tribbles, looking at a lot of Civil War letters the guy has. Oh, I'm the same. Yeah, I have that all the time, Natasha. Yeah, let me tell you though, I've been down that road, and it's mixed. It's mixed results on sunlight, even with vitamin D. There's all sorts of people in Florida that are low on vitamin D that are outside all the time. Like I said last night, it's the same with serotonin and migraine headaches. There's people with unusually high serotonin that have migraine headaches, and people with unusually low serotonin. It's in Ackworth, around Ackworth, Georgia. I mean, I'm more of an airplane guy because helicopters are just so ridiculously expensive. But this is like a world class show, and civilian. These are all the medevacs and all these kick ass helicopters. I mean, they have people from all over the world come to this thing and set up. Yeah. No, I never have. No, I know people that have. Yeah, I know in the big lights that they have along expressways, they have what's called as a slip plate. You'll see the plate on the bottom with 4 big giant bolts, and they're designed so when you hit one head on, it falls back into the side. That the other bolts are structurally don't have the integrity of the ones up in different areas, and when something collides with it, it breaks away from the force, which would be the car driving by it. They call it a slip plate. Hey, Jabo, how you doing? Well, I didn't even know. I knew you were out like that way someplace. That kind of area. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna get up there. I would have went out if it wasn't raining Saturday and Sunday. I was gonna come up to Chattanooga after I left Ackworth. All's well. That's good. Yeah, it's a good restaurant I went to tonight. Man, they really crank out the food, big time. Like Janice said, it was a nice presentation. It's true. I thought $29 is pretty reasonable. Now that isn't creme de la creme sushi. It's good sushi, but it's not the best. If you ever have, like anything, there's grades of stuff. I mean, if that was top notch sushi, it'd have been $75. And that's why it was 29. I mean, it's good enough sushi. It's a notch above Kroger sushi. I think it is. Hey, Rebecca. You have a good night. It was good. It was good. It's half-ass healthy. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm going to take her out there. Yeah. See, now here's somebody with just, I'm not clicking on somebody that I don't know. And there's no photo. So who is this trying to get on? Evidently, there's some way you can, Daisy's sleeping with Marty. There's some way that you can check these people out before you put them on the stream, and I'm not sure how you do that. I guess what I could do, yeah, I'm not going to just okay this person. And there's no photo there either. Oh, how do you do that? Take care of their camera and mic. How do you do that? Do you know? I don't want to get porn bombed. I don't have a problem with porn, but I do when I'm trying to have a civil chat. That was a good chat last night, I thought. It's just the letter K and there's no picture. Yeah. I got burned on that once before. It's just the letter K. And they haven't said anything about trying to get on. No, it's just the letter K. Just the letter K. Yeah, it was a good chat last night. It was fun. Stayed up too late. And another weird thing, there's no like stream, You think there'd be on land this stupid thing where you could just, they could come up and I could only hear them and you couldn't? That way it'd be easy to verify. But I'm not adding anybody I don't know or don't recognize. You can still get burned on that too. But at least, no, I never heard of it. I never have. Is it pretty good music? No, I have not. Yeah, but I don't know how you could tell who K was. Unless it's this guy. But that's not the avatar that comes up. See, the way it works, like when you come up, I'll see like a faded photograph of you waiting to be approved. And this is just gray and no name. Oh, I think it's Michelle. Probably get porn bombed here too. Michelle,
Hey, yeah,
what do you was that you just trying to get on before?
yeah, it was. And your link is like, I don't
Oh,
know
okay.
what's going on. I don't know what's going on with Streamyard, but I couldn't even log into I, my account that has my picture. I have no idea.
How do you how did you come on with Kay then? How do you do that? Just start a new one?
I had to.
It was Michelle, you
I
guys.
tried. I
It was
tried
Michelle.
clicking. So I tried clicking the link like 2 or 3 times, and it kept on giving me error codes, and then it's like, oh well, log on with your email. So I did. I don't know, it's acting funny tonight. Usually it doesn't do this.
Oh, okay. No, I mean Michelle's not a porn bomber.
No.
Oh, where's your picture?
I don't even know. It's like, let me, like, because I had to start a whole new account because it wouldn't let me on before.
Oh, you don't have to. No, that's all right.
Let's see.
It's just
I could,
black.
yeah, I could
And
probably
when that
figure.
K came up, there was no. No, I don't
No,
care. You don't.
I
Doesn't matter.
was I was upset because I just wrote cakes. I didn't even know if it would work or not. I don't know what's going on with StreamYard tonight, Tom, to be honest with you. Here you go. How about this? How's this picture?
No, I had it happen the other day.
Oh, okay.
It kicked me off the other day, and then other people talked for a couple hours, and I couldn't even get on. So I don't know.
I believe it.
Yeah, we know your voice. We know it's you.
You guys
But
miss
I know
me?
Chris used to like. Oh, they missed you. They sure did. Chris missed you.
Oh.
Chris and Debbie.
Oh, Chris and Debbie.
What have you been
Okay.
doing? Where you been the last
Um,
few chats? Here he is, right
well,
here, Ron Jeremy.
I've been trying. I actually got a couple jobs.
Hi, Michelle.
Well, good for you.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Wonderful.
I'm trying to get a picture
Michelle
up
was saying
here so at
she
least you
said
see
she
a
had a
picture.
couple jobs. What'd you end up doing?
Um, I got a job at a coffee shop and I got a cleaning job too, but I'm not sure if I'm going to take the cleaning position or not. We'll have to see.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I think uh, I think I helped a couple girls in college. Cleaned. Did it part time, going to college, and I
Yeah.
thought it was kind of fun.
I
Yeah.
mean, I can see where like they said the tips are really good with the cleaning. They said like you can make like $80 a day in tips alone. That
Can,
in
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm on my phone. That's why I was asking.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. That might work out for you.
Yeah, I hope so because
Where's
I'm
Debbie?
in I'm in a lot of debt, so
Debbie's in the restroom.
Oh, okay.
Mark's private radio tonight.
Yeah, I think. Oh, what time's he coming on?
10 o'clock. He's on already.
Oh, okay. Do you ever go over there and do you guys go over there and listen to that private
Yeah,
radio?
I talk to Mark quite often. He calls me every so often.
Oh, okay.
I like Mark. He's a cool guy. I like him a lot.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that, Karen. Karen, why don't you go to that hyperbaric chamber and get some of that therapy? They use that a lot for diabetics. Hyperbaric chamber.
they use that for like recovery after surgery too. Apparently it's supposed to speed up.
Yeah,
I've been
a
reading.
lot more oxygen.
I've been reading reports today that Walmart wants to remove their self check because of too much theft.
I see they're closing 3 stores down in Illinois.
Yeah, they are closing stores. Probably in bad areas, bad neighborhoods, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Probably
They do have a
the
big
area-
problem with theft, but why is Walmart getting everything stolen from the self checkouts and every other place isn't?
I don't know what it is with Walmart.
Tom.
What do you think of that, Michelle?
I mean,
You don't hear about Target and Kohl's department stores getting, theft like that all the time. Only Walmart.
they
Yeah.
just have a reputation.
Yeah, they do. Big time.
Well, what's going on here is a lot of teenagers are. It's called smash and grab. So they smash the windows and then they just, basically rob places around here now. That's the new trend. Isn't
Yeah,
it
Chicago's
nice?
basically been ruined by that. Chicago's been ruined by that.
Oh, I believe that.
These kids are going in gas stations and ransacking gas stations and places. In California, it's been happening, and in stores. New York, it's been happening all over the country.
And I live
Wow.
in like a suburban, like a nice, and they're doing it here too. So
Wow. The
yeah.
world's decaying.
Yeah, then they're probably going on
Move
whatnot.
down here. You can't do that here because everything closes at 7.
Really?
Getting to the point where you have to
Yeah.
lock everything up at Walmart now. That's a shame too.
Yeah.
At least our Walmart's here.
Well, you look
it's
at
a lot-
those reports. San Francisco, these expensive areas, just people like doing everything on the middle of the street.
Huh.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
the homeless problem is so bad.
World's
in
nuts.
San
Detroit. Yeah, Detroit's a mess.
The homeless problem in California.
Philadelphia's a mess.
Oh, the homeless problem
Yeah,
is so
LA.
bad. People don't want to have businesses. I mean, can you imagine having a restaurant and having homeless people right outside your business, sleeping on the ground? And honestly, what do you do about it? I mean, and you got these people that live in really nice, expensive homes, condos in downtown, and these people are ransacking their tents outside their home, and these people are paying high tax dollars. You know what I mean? It just, I don't get it. I don't know.
Yeah.
How do you,
No, it's a problem. It's
I
nuts.
know.
I think a lot of the homeless problem in California is because it's so damn expensive to live there. Nobody can afford to live there. I think that's where a lot of the homeless problem is right there. People can't afford to live anymore.
Yeah.
So Tom, I want to hear about you helping out college people clean houses. I want to hear about that experience for you.
No, these were girls that I knew like through classes and stuff. Like friends of mine, and they had part-time jobs like cleaning offices, and sometimes like they couldn't get there on time, so they'd never finish by the time the office opened up in the morning. So I would go help them out.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I'd chase them around in their underwear and stuff.
I'm sure you did.
It's great.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. That was my pay. Yeah, you're welcome. That was my payback for helping them clean. I only did it like maybe 20 times.
Are you still drinking the dragon's milk?
If I can get it. I tried to find some tonight, but they didn't have any. It's not that easy to get down here.
You should go for whiskey. They have lots of
I have some good whiskey, but I have some good whiskey, but I don't like. Sometimes I just rather drink a beer. It's weird.
I only like certain
You,
beers. I'm not a major beer
me too.
drinker.
Me too. No, me either. When's the last time you tied one on?
When's the last time what?
You tied one on. Had quite a bit to drink.
It's been a while, to be honest with you. I'm not a heavy drinker. Like I'll drink here and there and but actually like a lot, I would have to say it's probably been like at least a year.
Oh,
I haven't
I
had
just, like-
nothing. I've had nothing in 7 years.
wow.
I mean,
What are you waiting for, Chris?
I don't drink anymore. I did all that in my
Okay.
20s and 30s. It just, to me, it just don't
Okay.
interest me.
I mean, if I'm going out with friends and we're at a restaurant or wherever, I'll have a drink or two. I mean, why not? Like, have fun.
Part of the I take medication too, so that's part of the reason why I don't drink anymore either. So
Oh, okay.
I don't.
There's a lot of medication you're not supposed to drink with.
Yeah, but even most
that's why I-
medications, you could still have like one or two drinks. That's not gonna really like put you, unless if it's heavy duty.
Right.
I take citalopram and boost Bone.
Yeah.
I don't think it would hurt if I did, but still,
It might affect it. Like you might only have to drink one drink and you'll be good, but
I only take 15 milligrams and 30 milligrams. So that's all that is.
Honestly,
And
I could take it or leave it.
I take it for anxiety because I have to have it. If I didn't have it, I'd be a major wreck.
actually, I know somebody who just tried to quit drinking on his own, heavy drinker, and is now in a coma because he thought he could just stop drinking
Really?
without
Oh.
without any help.
When Tom comes into town, we're going to the Branson Landing.
Yeah, sounds good. Wasn't that guy that you cleaned for or something, Michelle? He's a single guy, older guy.
No,
Was that you?
I've done, yeah.
You got any plans
Now
this
your
weekend, Tom?
volume's not anymore.
Yeah.
It's supposed to rain.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah. I was thinking of going to Florida, and then I was going to go up to Chattanooga.
Where'd you?
Yeah, congratulations, Frisky.
Did you have dinner already?
Yeah, I went to a sushi place.
Oh, how was it?
Great.
You should do
Good.
reviews too. You know how you should do a review on it when you eat and stuff, like a little review. Say, hey, this is really good. I reckon.
Good.
Yeah, I mean that might help spike. You might get more. You know what I mean?
What's in Chattanooga, Tennessee?
I was going to do some interviews up there. Go see Alethea.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Interviews with like the homeless.
Just somewhere.
Or
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I wanted to do that. It's a good place for it. Memphis, too. Memphis is a lot farther, though.
Is it like? How would you say the homeless population is in the South compared to Detroit?
Not as bad. Like, there's no homeless around here.
Oh,
But
of
I
course
do,
not.
and I'm not sure they're homeless. But when I go to Augusta, I see them. I'm assuming they're homeless,
Right.
But you don't
right.
see like big, huge areas of tents and
Yeah,
makeshift housing like you do in Louisville or places like that, Fort Wayne,
Most of
Indiana.
Most of the homeless. We don't have a lot of homeless people here, but the ones that we do have here, they'll stand outside of Walmart. They'll hang out in front of Walmart or McDonald's, or they'll go in the woods and camp. But they're not literally in the city's really cracking down on it now. There's
Good for you,
There's a
Frisky.
Walmart in Madison. What's that?
Sorry. I was just saying congratulations
say?
to Frisky.
and
Oh,
the
yeah,
reason why
she quit it.
and the reason there's a guy that owns Elevate Branson. It's a place where it's a community place. They try to help the homeless, and they do things, But the owner, he said the biggest problem we're having here in Branson is we have so many people, transients, moving here. They move here with a boyfriend or girlfriend, or they move here with family, and then things don't work out, and then they're stuck here, and they can't get back where they belong and where they need to be. And a lot of these people, they can't get Social Security cards, they can't get birth certificates, and then what do you do? Then they're on the street, and they can't get jobs because they don't have birth certificates, they don't have Social Security cards. So how people expect these people to get jobs? Well, how can you get a job if you don't have those? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
And that's the thing.
No,
Too many people.
It's a problem. I think it is.
Because shit.
What are you vaping, Chris?
No, smoking. Are you
vaping?
No, cigarette. But when I moved out here with Debbie and we both had to get our birth certificate. It cost us about $100 each. It was not cheap to get that. And a lot of these people that are homeless, they don't have that kind of money to get the ID and a birth certificate. So the money they do get, they're going to use it to live on, whether it's food or whatever. See, you know what I mean? They're not going to. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I need to go on vacation. That's what I need. I need to go to somewhere.
I thought you were going down to Florida and visit. I thought you were going down to Florida and seeing Salty Girl.
You know what? Last time I was in Florida, I think about a year ago, I tried to get a hold of her, but it just didn't work out. And plus, when I was on vacation, it's weird because when I'm on vacation, it's almost like go, 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 go. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's hard to really hook up with a lot of people because I'm already seeing a bunch of people.
I have the same problem. Like if I go to a place where like I want to do interviews, I want to do interviews, I want to get out there and like stay as long as I can doing them. I don't want to like be looking at my watch having to meet somebody at dinner.
No, exactly. Like,
and then if you don't tell them you're coming, they find out about later. They get their feelings hurt. Yeah, it's like people think just because you're there that it's not that you don't want to get together with them, but you're there for other reasons.
Right. No, like I think that's like, well, usually when we go on vacations, we're usually there seeing or talking to family or friends or, doing that. And
I'll be back later, so you can go ahead and talk to Michelle, okay?
All right, Chris. Thanks. All right, say hi to Mark. Tell him to come over here and put a link.
But
yeah, no, I know, I get it. Believe me.
Have you given the update on the dogs? Did they get adopted?
Well, the only thing I know about the dogs is the puppies had parvo, but they think they caught it barely in time, or they thought they would have both died in another week. And that's all I know.
Okay.
I mean, I can find out, but here's the deal on this. This is what I think. I think that like I'm lucky to have people help me and get those dogs out of there. And it's like what we just talked about. When you're on vacation, you got shit to do. You don't really have time to like get together with people sometimes. It's inconvenient. It's not that you wouldn't like to, but you're on a limited time basis, and you just don't want to chalk off 3 hours to chit chat when you came down there to have fun. In these dog places, it's constant problems. Finding the dogs, saving the dogs, medicating the dogs, feeding the dogs, kissing everybody's ass for donations, taking care of them, walking them. It's a fucking nightmare. And I told them when I took those dogs over to South Carolina, they said, well, we'll keep. See, they're so brainwashed into, this protocol on the average Joe turning in a dog that they know to keep this whole thing going, you're going to have to do shit you don't want to do rather than just do a good job, get the dog up to snuff, adopt it out and move on. You're going to need to spend probably a fucking hour and a half emailing these fuckers, sending these stupid ass pictures. and say, hey, Fluffy is fucking doing tricks now. The 2 puppies are, you don't have fucking time for that. You're already behind every week just cleaning up dog shit and feeding them and catching new ones. So when I went over there and dropped out that dog, she said, well, I'll let you know. I said, hey, no, don't let me know. I said, I know what you guys are doing. I was on the Humane Society board one time. Don't ever call me or text me again unless you need to. You're free with me. And she said, you know what? Thank you. Because I'm sure that, people have done that before. And then all of a sudden a week later and they say, hey, how come you haven't told me, what those 3 dogs are doing? I'll tell you why, because she's dealing with 300 more of them that you don't even know about. So I just didn't want to burden them with that. You know what I mean?
When I worked
know
at
this, that those dogs are better than where they were.
Well, I know when I
Yeah.
worked at an animal shelter, when I volunteered, I shouldn't say, whatever. It was kind of sad how they would treat. Okay, so with dogs, they would do like a temperament test on them and do a variety of things to see like what their
Yeah.
temperament was.
You know why they do that?
Well, because apparently, here's the
Yeah.
thing.
You know why really though?
Why?
It's part of their insurance requirement. It's part of their
Oh.
insurance requirement. They're worried about getting sued for dogs that are adopted out that bite people. And the minute you adopt a dog out and it bites their kid, they're going to say, well, did you do any testing? And they can say, yeah, we did. The dog didn't show any aggression at all. I went through that with pit bulls one time. And the test was they'd take a stranger and they'd hide him behind some curtains. And you'd be walking the dog by and the guy'd come out and say, hey, scare the dog. And 1 out of 25 dogs want to tear his damn ass up. That dog did not get adopted out. So there's a protocol for covering yourself from a liability issue.
Well, the sad thing is what they told us as volunteers is they said, like, if a pit bull, so if it's a different breed and it doesn't pass a certain test, like, they'll still keep them around. But if it's a pit bull, they'll just euthanize them if they don't pass these tests.
Yeah, they will.
So
They will. But I'll tell you why they do that. Because what happens, that's why no-kill shelters are a fantasy. And they're usually successful in rich places where you spend a big bunch of money on keeping animals alive that no one's ever going to adopt. It's just not reality. No kill. It's not. So what ends up happening is all of a sudden you've got all these dogs you've got 10% of your dogs eating up 85% of your medical fund. And they're never going to get any better, and no one's ever going to adopt them. They're old, they got missing eyes, they limp. And before you know it, after 3 or 4 years with this time philosophy, you got a fucking petting zoo. 9 of the 10 dogs you have are old dogs nobody wants. Everybody thinks they're cute. They hope they get a good home. But when it comes down to signing the paper and taking them, puppies and kittens are what sell, not old, injured dogs.
Well, yeah.
So the reality of it is you got to get rid of them. And that's an unfortunate part about it. Now, a way a lot of these places work it's a shuffling game. If you're head of a facility and I'm a head of a facility, I'm switching my dogs for yours and you're switching with someplace else. That way we can, in good faith, still advertise ourselves as no kill, even though these dogs are on the road all the time and we don't want them a part of our permanent inventory. There's always the chance, like Marty's wife's like that. If you've got a dog with a broken back or eyeball hanging out of his fucking head, they call her because she's like a kind, caring person. She feels bad for the underdog. But for every one of people like Marty's wife, there's 999 that want a puppy or a kitten.
Right. Well, there's a lady here who her name's I'll put her in the chat, but her organization is called Keller Cats, and she basically takes in any cat that has a problem, like if missing eye, missing
That's
leg,
yeah, yeah, right, yeah,
and she tries to get them adopted, and she even started
yeah.
cafe, a cat cafe where people come in, have coffee, and all the cats are just like walking around everywhere.
That's cool.
So
I mean, I'm
yeah,
that way. I'm that way.
well, well, she started it from her home, local, like she just started it like Facebook and just took in cats at her house and would try to get them adopted through Facebook or whatever. And then she started the cafe and it grew. She ended up getting a lot of donations and everything else, and now it's a full-time business for her.
Good
But I
for
find
her.
it
There's a
weird.
lot. I'll tell you what you don't what people don't realize though. There's a lot of grant money available for things like that. Lots of grants, federal and state, and by private companies. If it
Oh
wasn't for
yeah.
grants, they'd all be out of business.
Oh yeah.
I mean, these dogs that I cross paths with, I gave both places some money. It's like I don't want a receipt. I don't want my name in anything. You know, just take it
Oh
and
no. I used to donate all the
shut up.
time to the Humane Society here. They take in, it's a whole farm. They have a farm out here and they take, dogs, cats, you name whatever animal. Farm animal, it doesn't matter. They take in any type of animal you can think of and they try to get them adopted, and it's pretty successful out here. But
I mean, my humans cause this problem. You can't domesticate pets and just euthanize them. It's crazy.
I think, no, what I think it is I think
I
that
mean,
as a human, you should realize the responsibility of having a pet. And if you can't take care of that, then you
right.
shouldn't take it in to begin with. That's the problem. People,
Well, I'll tell you
they get
something
it.
interesting. This place, these dogs, yeah, these dogs that are going up to New Jersey. I looked the place up, and you know what happens when people come up there to adopt a dog? They have a like an hour, and they interview you, and they want you to bring the other pets in your household with you. And I read on the thing where people gave them like a 0 stars. And the reason they gave them 0 stars is because when the people brought their other pets in to introduce them to a dog they were thinking of adopting, they said, "Your dog's too fat. You don't even take care of the one you have. We're not going to adopt a dog out to you until you take better care of the ones you brought in today." And I thought, this place is cool. That's
Yeah,
good.
I don't know.
They're responsible.
I mean, it's like you take in an animal and you should know to like what needs to get there's financial things that has to happen, but a lot of people, they take on a pot and they don't want to deal with it. They're like, oh, it's, too much, or like some people just let them go and whatever.
Yeah, you got to be, it's, you're spinning your wheels if you're just out in a bunch of clowns. Let any Tom, Dick, and Harry walk out with a dog.
Right. Well, that's why.
Hey, Sally, man. The place that I was at, the Humane Society I was at, they started making microchipping mandatory. And you know what they found after a while? When you've got lax adoption policies, maybe like 5 times a year, somebody'd pick up one of these dogs some scumbag adopted, and it was 300 miles away, loose, and they never even reported it and said, "Hey, our dog's missing. Could you be on the lookout?" Nothing. They just didn't do shit. So they got blacklisted and they couldn't adopt any more pets, which is
Yeah.
good,
Well,
you know?
that's why they don't just give them away for free, because then you're just asking for it,
Right. Yeah, you're
especially,
asking for it. You got that right.
and at least with the Humane Society, they I'm sorry, um, all the pets are fixed and everything, so at least they're not out there just breeding
Yeah,
and breeding and breeding and
right.
breeding. And
Yeah. That
but
place around here does that, and they did that where I lived. You get like a spade or neuter for like $10, but once again, that's subsidized through grant money.
what would you? So think about it like this: what kind of problem would you think we would have if it was illegal to spade or neuter cats or
It'd be
dogs?
crazy. Yeah, it'd be like nuts. You'd need to drive around in a forklift to just move them out of the way.
Really? You think it would be yeah,
It, it
probably.
yeah.
You're right.
It already happens. It already happens in places where they don't do anything with feral cats. They're everywhere. There's no birds around because the cats eat them all.
But don't you
There's
think
so many
it's just
feral cats.
it would just kind of be like nature taking its course then?
No, because they're domesticated. If they weren't domesticated, I would agree. Nature does fine with controlling its population usually, with the exception of like rats here and there and that kind of thing. But you don't see 10,000 fucking rabbits or a 500,000 fucking raccoons walking through the middle of town. But when you domesticate pets, I mean, all bets are off.
Yeah, that's true.
Feral
I
cats is a
mean,
perfect example. They can't like survive. I don't know how like Mother Nature. Look at the Galapagos Islands and shit like that. I mean, they ought
no,
to
no,
use
no.
that as a
Okay,
standard for everything.
so
Why isn't there
cat.
so many things living there? There's no food to eat.
mm,
It
Yeah,
regulates itself.
but cats can survive. Like, I know a lot of people who have indoor outdoor
They
cats
can.
in their
You know why,
home.
don't you? You know why, don't you?
Why?
You know why?
Why?
Because cats are about 12,000 years behind dogs in domestication. In 12,000 years from now, they're going to be just like dogs. They won't be able to survive in the wild, but they're still wild enough that they can do it. They're way behind dogs when mankind uh, domesticated animals. Really, that's why. Dogs
Interesting.
don't have that wild instinct. Yeah. Yep. Crazy, isn't it?
It is crazy.
And it's also why, that 10,000 years of domesticating dogs, it's also why when you're like clip your dog's nails or when you step on his foot accidentally, he doesn't hate you for it. That's come through like thousands of years of domestication. And he doesn't really understand it like a human would, but he knows you're not trying to kill him. I'm not saying I go as far as to say it's an accident, but you can like clip your dog's nail too close or clip him with the clippers too close and he yelps. He'd think, what the hell are you doing, man? You're trying to kill me? But they know that like you're on their side, even though that caused them temporary pain. You try doing
Well,
that with a wild animal,
I
he'll
think,
bite your damn fingers off because he
well,
isn't domesticated.
right. Well, the thing is like your dog or animal, it's like any relationship, like you have more, so like you feed the animal, you bond with the animal, so they trust you. So, like, if something like that was to happen, they would know it was probably an accident. Do you know what I mean? Because you bonded with the animal.
Yeah.
My um my cousin works at the zoo, and the animals just love her because she trains with certain animals, and even though they are, you know, they will start bonding with a human if they're getting taken care of by a human. So I think
Right.
that's just what that is. Like they know their routine and everything else, you know.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah, she had
Yeah.
elephants trained. She worked with elephants and everything.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And she's
Yeah,
tiny too.
it's
She's a tiny woman, my cousin is, and with these huge elephants. Walks right up to them.
where are they at?
Where's who at?
Where's she live? The
Here.
lady with the elephants.
My cousin,
Oh really?
yeah, she lives in Rochester. No, she works at the zoo with the elephants. She's an elephant trainer.
Oh, at the zoo. Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
kind
at
of
the
cool.
zoo.
Even zoos are even zoos are cutting way back with elephants. They get too many protests.
Well, they renovated
A lot of zoos got rid of their elephants.
they renovated the zoo here. They got a lot of donations and um whatnot, and it's I mean, the thing is when you take a wild animal from their natural habitat, that's gonna upset some people. But most of the time
Right.
when they take animals out of their
Not,
natural habitat and bring them to the zoo, it's usually to they were doomed to begin with. So it wasn't like they're just taking healthy wild animals and trapping them and bringing them here. It's because they needed some kind of rehab or they couldn't handle it in the wild and it was a safer place.
I'll bet you those elephants though in the Rochester Zoo. I bet those were captive bred. None of those came from the wild. Ask her.
I will.
I bet they bought them or traded something for them.
Oh, you could be right.
But that's the excuse that's the excuse zoos used for years. That they educated the public and people could come and see the beauty of them. But that excuse is kind of like run its course because who the heck you can watch a million documentaries about elephants now. You don't need to go to a zoo to know about them. They're in books, they're in movies, they're in documentaries. Find anything you want to know about them on the internet. It's also why they've gotten everybody pretty much to get rid of killer whales because they
Um,
realized it was just another capitalistic sham. It had nothing to do with teaching people about whales. It was about big time revenue. If you looked at SeaWorld and places like that and the money they made off these killer whale shows, that's what
yeah,
they were. That's why they
well,
were doing it. I'm not saying they
well,
mistreated them.
when I was a kid, we went to Marineland in Canada, and
Yeah.
I wish I still had the videos and whatnot, but like the deer there were all bloody and it was just a hot mess. Like when we went up there, and I'm like, what is going on? Like we were scared to pet the animals, and it was kind of like, I don't know. But I mean, you know how
Yeah,
it
but they
is.
have so many protocols. Yeah, I do. They're most of that stuff though, you're not zookeepers aren't getting bit or eaten very much. It's pretty damn rare. You're not seeing any zookeepers go down there and romp around with the lions or the tigers. They're feeding them with a 15 fucking foot aluminum pole so they don't get their arm torn off. Same with chimpanzees. You're going to get a couple that ride bikes and that kind of shit that were bottle raised. But those damn chimps. The number one animal that kills people in Africa?
What's that?
You ready?
I'm
What do you
ready.
think it is?
A
A
lion.
vegetarian. No, it's a vegetarian.
I don't know. What is it?
Hippopotamus kills more people
Oh,
than any other animal.
Huh.
Yep, that's it, Drifter. Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
That's interesting.
And if you go down to Gatorland down in Florida,
Yeah.
they'd eat your ass alive too if you fell in there. They got a brain about
Well,
the size of a lima bean. Same with these kooks that think they're taming diamondback rattlers. Fucking nuts.
I found it
Putting your head
interesting.
inside a crocodile's jaws. Stupid. Yeah, possums are good animals. So are vultures. So are snakes. Snakes are getting a bad rap. I'm going to catch some rattlesnakes this summer.
You would.
I am. They kill them, man. They villainized them. They're good for the environment. The chances of getting bitten by a rattlesnake are so low. It's ridiculous. They do everything they can to not bite you. And even when they do bite you, 30% of the time it's a dry bite. They don't even inject venom. They don't want to waste it on you. They just want you to not step on them. They get a bad rap. Yeah, poor Steve Irwin. He was a
Oh, I
total
believe
animal
that.
exploiter, though, too. I think he was a total animal exploiter. Down there treating these things like they're just big, giant pets. One finally took him out. Yeah, they give you fair warning. They do. They're actually a beautiful creature. That venom is for them to survive. It's not to run around biting people and killing them.
Oh, okay.
And they like I said, they get villainized. Rattlesnake roundups, rewards for killing them. It's nuts.
Oh, I believe
They're
it.
down here. I haven't seen one. Yeah, I'd like to just get somebody to come get them out of here so they don't get killed. Yeah, look at the Everglades too. How these damn boa constrictors have ruined the Everglades. Pythons, all these pets getting loose. It's nuts. Yeah, I think if you just you got to be very unlucky to get bit by a rattlesnake.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, but they're everywhere. Timber rattlers. You probably have them up near you. Timber rattlers. I'm pretty sure you have Mississauga rattlers, the same ones they have in Michigan.
I don't really.
Yeah,
I'm not a.
copperheads are around. Their venom's not that bad though. Copperheads. It's not like a rattlesnake. Oh wow, satellite man. They blend in so perfect with the ground. Yeah, black mamba. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Oh. I bet you have Mississauga rattlesnakes in New York. They're small.
I'm not sure. I am not up to date with the snakes. Um, I can tell you that we have a lot of deer, and they're big too.
Every place does.
They're not like the small deer.
Yeah. Let me look. Venomous snakes in New York. I'll tell you which ones you have. I think you have. Yeah, you got the Massasauga rattlesnake. Same one in Michigan. You've got 3 venomous snakes. You also have the timber rattler, which we have down here.
Well,
Isn't that crazy?
if you go to like,
And a copperhead. You have copperheads too.
well, New York is probably like Michigan. Like we have mountains here, like the Adirondack Mountains, and there's a lot. If you go south of Rochester, so like I would say about It's about an hour drive. We have a lot of like waterfalls and like state parks, and they're beautiful. And especially like in the fall when the leaves are turning and everything, it's a really scenic. They have ones where you can even drive through them if you don't want to hike. One year I took my family, we all went hiking, and not only did a tree fall right in front of us, a big tree just randomly fell, but I kept on hearing, and I swear it was a bear. So I mean, it gets real. So if you and those are on paths like made for people to walk in state parks, so you never know what you're gonna run into.
Yeah, it's true.
Even camping,
Especially
like
like the spring. Yeah.
I don't know if you ever went camping or whatever, but it
Not
gets
much.
intense.
I don't like camping that much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
neither do I. But it's an experience. It's a down to earth. Like I wouldn't suggest like I can only tolerate it for like about a week at the most. A week at the most.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool. Like you have to dig them, like especially if you do it like with a tent and you have to hike to the bathroom. It's it's it makes you appreciate what you have more. You know what I mean? Like when you have
Yeah.
to set up a tent, when you have to make a fire, when you have to put more effort into doing things, and then you go home, you're like, oh, like look at all this work I had to do just to like survive, like, and I'm talking like real camping. I'm not talking like, oh, I had an RV and we had a bathroom in there and a stove and this. I'm talking like you brought a tent, you might have brought an air mattress, you know, you you had some wood, and just really just light a fire and just live like that. But like I couldn't do it, like I said, a week max, and then I start going crazy.
Yes. I couldn't take a week. Same with canoeing. I can't take too much of that either.
Well,
No.
like if you have a boat too, that's always nice
Metal
when you go
detecting
camping.
either. Metal detecting either. I don't like metal detecting that long either. It's too
I
boring.
mean, like I said, it's good for a short, like it's good to do every now and then. It really like grounds you. Like it brings you down to like, like no technology, like don't, just it kind of brings you back to like I don't know. It's definitely a refreshing thing to do. I think everyone should do it like at least once in their life or whatever, like go to actually um have you ever been to the Poconos?
No.
Well, that's a really nice, if you like the scenic, animals and
Yeah.
you know that's a beautiful place to visit. My husband and I, we went there for um one of our anniversaries, and they had like a couples retreat there where it was just, there were cottages, and it was just like everything you did there on the resort was like couple related. So like you could play golf, there was comedy shows, dinners, you ate dinners with other couple. Like it was really nice. You would see all the deer would be outside of your cabin. Um, and that was a nice place too. But I really think like everyone should just suck it up and do real camping for a week. And you would be
Yeah.
amazed at like, because like normally you would think like, oh, I don't want to do that. That sucks. It's too much work. Even walking to the bathroom, like, because you don't have the bathroom right there. So, like, every time you have to go and use the bathroom or the shower, and, like, it kind of brings you back to focus on, like, what's, you know, important, and just having a good time with other people, you know. And I don't like sleeping. I don't like sleeping in a tent. It wasn't like, oh yay, it's so comfortable in this tent. But like, I brought an air mattress, and it really wasn't that bad. You know, we had some rain, but it just kind of, if you go with the mindset, like, it's like a getaway from like all the noise. Because you know how, like, with the internet, the media, like the TV, media, internet, you know, we're also addicted to it. We're also addicted to, like, that instant gratification, the instant, like, you know, having things so convenient and right here and right now. And then it's like, now you have to, like, do more. And it's, I don't know, it's just, it's a good, like, reset. Like, and then you go back home, and then you're like, oh, wow, I have all, you know.
Yeah. I still don't want to do it though.
You got to do it, Tom. We'll all have a bonfire, and freaking we'll all rough it for like 3 days. We'll do 3 days then.
We
You
go
have to put up a
crazy.
tent.
Yeah. Hey, Faye. Can I bring a generator so I can watch porn?
Nope, you're gonna have to refrain from that for like 3 days, okay?
Oh,
I'll have to.
Trying to
Well, you'll have to.
finish me off.
No, you just have to for 3 days. For 3 days, and
Yeah. Do
it'll
I have to
be.
quit jacking off too?
Well, I don't know. Like, whatever you do, like, outside of, whatever
I
you
mean,
do
is
in
this
your tent.
torture or a vacation?
No,
Oh, yeah. Is this torture or a vacation?
I think you would benefit from it. I know you would. The only thing
Yeah.
that might suck
In
is
what way?
you would probably have to definitely bring an air mattress because you're so old. I don't think it would be good for
Mm-hmm.
you just to bring like a sleeping bag and sleep on the ground. You might, like, I don't know, your bones. It might affect you more. So
Yeah.
you'd have to
Yeah.
bring an air mattress.
Yeah.
We'll have we'll have the we'll wheelchair you to the bathroom because the bathrooms are usually on a hill or something.
Yeah. Do it. Do it.
We'll have a ramp for you. Here, we got a wheelchair Tom to the bathroom.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't wait. This sounds so fun.
No, you would like it because I could see you because you like to do your own thing. I could see it. You would wake up whatever you feel, obviously, because it's vacation. But like, I could see you like wandering around because these parks are really big. You would probably get some really good photographs too. I could see you. I could be like, we would all go camping, and I'd be like, shit, did Tom get eaten by a bear? He's probably wandering off in the woods again, like looking at rocks and snakes or whatever.
Yeah. I'd give it a whirl. I'd do it.
And then drink by the bonfire at night. It's relaxing. It actually really is. Hear the crickets, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Play some cards or do something like non-electronic, and just,
Yeah. How far would your tent be away from mine?
well, it would all be on like a campsite. We would have like a camp. We would probably have like different campsites or whatever. You rent like a, it's like a lot or like an area.
Yeah. Okay.
But camping's cool.
Like
Like,
how many feet we talking? How many feet we talking?
I don't know, like 50, I don't know, 20, I don't know.
Okay.
Well, friends of ours, we would go camping every now and then, but like I said, it's nothing that I did regularly because it's not like regularly I enjoy,
Yeah.
but it's the experience, right? So if you go in there,
Yeah.
it's just to clear your mind, you know, just
Yeah.
you do basic, Tom, just admit it, you do basic shit anyways. Okay? You would probably be in
Yeah.
your glory. Okay? Nobody would bother you. Like you could go freaking, I don't know, like I said, take pictures of snakes and rocks and stuff and whatever else
Yeah.
and the water, because there's um, lots of lakes and ponds and all of that fun stuff.
Yeah, I'd do it.
No YouTube for
Oh,
3 days. Just
yeah, that'd be a blessing. Yeah, that'd be great.
freaking, just relax,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to sleep on the ground, no mattress.
No, you would need it. You would need an air mattress. I don't think you could handle like just a sleeping bag like on the
Yeah, you need
ground.
one too. You
I
need one
would. Oh
too.
yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not sleeping on the ground either. Are you kidding me? I did that once, and trust me, even
Can
when
I
you're
bring
young.
can, can I bring somebody with me?
Yeah, you can bring somebody with you.
Okay. What if they're having like 2 or 3 really like screaming orgasms at 2 a.m? Will
Oh
that
my
be
God.
embarrassing to you? Would that be
I
embarrassing to
would
you?
probably laugh.
Would you ask me to tone it down?
Hey, what happens in the woods stays in the woods.
Okay.
As long as it's all consensual.
Yeah, okay. I'll do it. I'm up for it.
Daisy would love it. You know Daisy would love it. She'd love all that fresh air and walking around and everything. Are you kidding me?
I think she'd
Like,
be I think she'd be barking too much.
well, the only
I
thing
probably
that I
wouldn't
would,
bring her.
well, the only thing that I would worry about uh, with Daisy is because a lot of people bring their dogs too, and you don't put her on a leash, do you?
No. I could though if I had to.
Oh, okay. Because, yeah, all the other animals and whatnot.
I'd give it a whirl.
Everyone liked that comment, Tom. What if I
I'd take
bring a
it. I'd
couple
do it.
people?
It'd be fun. I want to be close to your tent though. I'm not
Why?
bragging, but I'm gonna show you what this old man can do at night, late at night.
Oh my God, trust me, Tom. Oh
Oh,
Lord.
you just hear it. No, it's just sounds.
It's just so...
You'll see if they have any extra days we can stay. I'd give it a whirl. I'd try it out. I'd probably bring somebody with me.
Yeah, no,
Some stripper.
it's
You're not going to be like judging whoever I bring, are you?
no, why would I do that?
Well, you know how people are.
Dude, bring bring whoever, as long as they're not like mean or causing
No, they're
like
not going to be mean.
issues.
Uh-uh. No, they won't.
Oh, okay.
I just don't want you thinking some crime's going on or something.
No,
When you hear all
jeez.
this scream.
Do I have to go check on your tent? I'll be like, you guys okay in there? Like, okay, good.
Yeah,
All
you'll be
right.
glad you did. You'll be glad you did.
Oh my God.
No, I'll do it. Hey, Frederick, how you doing? I want to just get even for you for making me do that.
Well, what's funny is, um, what's funny is, uh, one time we took, uh, my husband's cousin with us hiking once, and he's not like it's not his thing at all. He was swearing at me the whole time when we were walking. We had to take like 20 breaks. He's so out of shape and everything. He's like, I don't know why I agreed to this. It was hilarious. I was like, we'll go down and you can have your beer and after the hike. He was not a happy camper, that's for sure.
Yeah, you'll be
He-
you you'll be drink. We'll be able to like drink some wine and stuff like that.
oh yeah, we'll bring coolers.
Oh, good. Yeah, that'd be fun. I think that'd be fun. I'd do it. Yeah, good company. And Nicole hit it. Yeah,
We'll have a
yeah. Nicole
we'll
thinks
have
like you do. New appreciation.
we'll have
Yeah.
we could do a chosen ones community like camping weekend or something. And we could all have
That sounds good. Yeah,
we can all have our
I'll do it.
you do it? All right.
Yeah. Like what month you talking about?
Well, it would have to be in the warmer months, obviously. Oh, if we do it in New York, it would have to be like, summertime
Yeah.
probably.
You've been getting pretty. You get some pretty warm summers out there, though, don't you?
Yeah, I mean like nothing crazy though. Like if we get like a lot of like we probably only get like a couple handfuls of days in the 90s like during the whole summer. Not so it's not really. So we could do something like maybe in September even if that would be,
Yeah, that'd be good.
with a little bit cooler.
Yeah, why not?
But
Is
they
hubby into this, or do you just force him to go?
he doesn't really like to camp, so he would probably just be like it would probably be more of like forcing, but like he's pretty laid back, so
Oh, okay. So he'd go along with it.
I think so. I think he would.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. How about your mom?
I'm not, to be honest with you, because of her age. Like she used to, but I'm not. She might. I don't know. Right now, she's actually in Florida, casinoing it up with her girlfriends. But she should be back soon. She's coming back soon. But
What casino? What casino they go to?
um, well, they're in. Um, have you heard of Punta Goda, Florida?
Yeah, Gorda. Yeah.
Yeah, that's she's in that area. So whatever casinos are around there, I don't know. I'm not familiar with that area.
Did they fly down?
Yeah, yeah. They
Okay.
actually got a direct flight too from Rochester, which is rare. There's not a lot of direct flights from Rochester to Florida, but she got a they got a direct flight, 3.5 hours, I think.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah,
It shouldn't have taken that long, though.
I think it does. I think it takes about three. I think it's a 3 hour flight because it's pretty south too of Florida.
Yeah.
Like it's
Huh.
it's a it's a south it's a southern part. So
So they're staying at the casino too?
oh no, it's at a friend's house. It's like
Oh,
she
gotcha.
knows somebody down there, and it's just a girls trip.
Oh, good for her.
Oh yeah, well
Did she ever?
She travels
Was
a
she ever
lot.
able to quit smoking?
No, I don't think she will. I mean,
Hi,
she's
Karen.
quit she's quit smoking like throughout her life. Like she's quit for a while and then she goes back to it and I mean, if that's the only really bad thing that you do for your health, I mean, I don't know.
Hang on one sec. I'm going to get something out of the refrigerator. It shouldn't have taken. Would they go on a propeller airplane? It shouldn't take 3.5 hours from New
I
York to
think
go there on a plane.
no, I think it is. I think it's a 3.5 hour flight.
No, it's not. It's not. No, it's not.
To get to New York to Florida, yeah, it is. Because just to get to North Carolina, it's like two hours, 2.5 hours. It's not like a private jet or anything.
Did you do your cooking video yet?
So my cooking
Did you do your
slash
cooking video?
no, my cooking YouTube days are probably, I don't know. We might.
I thought
I
you were going
am
to give it another shot.
well,
I thought you were going to give it
actually,
another try.
on Sunday, my sister and I were going to do Valentine's Day cookies. So I might do a live stream on Sunday if anybody wants to join in the live stream for Valentine's Day cookies.
When is Valentine's Day?
I believe it's the 15th.
Oh,
Let
it's
me
that
double
far
check.
away?
It's not that far away. Well, it's the 10th right now.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we're gonna do
10th, okay.
Valentine's Day cookies with hearts, you name it. We got tons of stuff,
Oh, okay.
tons of
Well,
supplies.
I never did too much. Oh, the 14th. It's the 14th, the goal says.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's cool. I never messed around with that too much, Valentine's Day.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. Even when I had girlfriends, never seemed to mean much.
I mean, I think it's just just a good time to show appreciation to, whoever.
Do you get your hubby something?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we still get each other gifts and nothing too extravagant or anything, but
Yeah.
maybe chocolates or, you know, a card or
Yeah.
I mean, flowers, that's just ridiculous to get flowers. So,
Yeah, I don't think it makes much sense.
yeah, they
I
mark
don't think
up.
it does.
I worked in a floral department and they mark it up like
Mm-hmm.
100% for Valentine's Day. So it's just not a good. A lot of people get flowers, but
Hey, Alethea says 3 hours and 15 minutes in an airplane from
yeah,
Rochester
to
to
South
Punta
Florida.
Gorda.
Yeah, it's like South Florida.
What are they going in a biplane?
It's a bus plane. It's an Airbus.
Huh. I don't get why it takes so long. Because I used to get there in 2.5 hours from Detroit. It's about the same.
Well, yeah, but they might have a different, like, what they might have a different path, and you know how they have to take different paths and they have to do different speeds depending on what, uh, where in the air they're flying. It's all, you know how it is. You used to fly.
Yeah, I know. That's why I don't think it takes 3.5 hours.
It does, though, because I've done it. I've done that flight a couple
Direct?
times. Direct,
Direct.
yeah. Direct
Huh.
flight. Actually, there was one experience that I had where we ran into like major turbulence, and it was
Yeah.
it was scary, but everything was okay. But even the pilot came on and warned us. He said that there were so
Yeah,
Tom, you
that's what it
is
says. Wow.
and well,
Go ahead
Tom,
now.
you
What?
used to fly, right? So the pilot comes
Yeah.
on and he tells us, he's like, there's too many planes in the air right now. We have to take the route through the clouds. So it's going to be very bumpy, turbulent. And everyone started freaking out. I can't believe the pilot came on and told us all that. We weren't happy to hear that. He said there was too many planes in the air.
Yeah. Yeah, that happens sometimes. It gets congested, you know.
But is is it the normal thing to do, is to tell people that? Like,
Yeah, because you don't want to have them freaking out. You want to give them a warning so they can put their seatbelt on and they're not going to think the wings are coming off and, you know, that kind of shit.
well, people did bump their heads. That's how bad it was. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, most people think the plane's going to come apart, which it won't. I mean, a few have over the years, but it's super rare.
There's actually a
Well,
flight
she got
going
down
right
there.
now.
Hope she's having a good time.
Oh, she's having a
Flight going
blast.
out with
Oh, she's
Good for her.
her and her girlfriends are having fun. Oh yeah, it's a girls' casino. Well, you know what I like about Florida, Tom, is they have, so like here in New York, like if you the trailer parks in New York and the trailer parks in Florida are totally different. Like when you go to
Yeah,
like
they are. Yep.
they're like luxury trailer parks in Florida. Like they have boat launches and like and you get a golf cart with your trailer, and they have like their communities are kind of cool. Like their trailer communities, like even if you got one of those as like a vacation place, you know, like some of them are really nice. I was really surprised because normally when you think of, you know, trailers and whatnot, it's like, I don't know. I can definitely see why people retire there.
Really? I'd kill myself if I lived there.
Why?
It's just so boring. Just a bunch of old people.
Tom.
Traffic jams,
Well,
crime, drugs,
well,
bums.
I noticed in Florida there's a lot more accidents, and I don't know if people just I don't really know the whole reasoning behind that, but I'm like, why are more people getting into accidents in Florida when the weather's nice and everything? and here I am in New York. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll tell you why. It's stop and go traffic. It's so damn busy. That's what I think.
Well, you're probably
You know,
right.
and people are losing their motor skills. They're older population.
Yeah. Yeah, I can
I
see
mean, it's
that.
everything coming together at once. Yeah. And it rains down there a lot in the summer. Slippery highways. I'm just guessing. I'm not sure. I like going down there for a couple days, Guardian. But I wouldn't want to live down there. No way.
What what areas do you like to go to?
A little town called India Atlantic, just south of Melbourne. It's right on the ocean. You get a nice place. They got a Starbucks, good restaurants, beautiful balcony, private. You just sit out there and watch these waves, crystal clear water, see sharks swimming around. Not many tourists. Great. I love that place. That's the only place I like. That little town, India Atlantic. I was actually going to go down there tomorrow, but it was sold out.
Well, you're
I'm going to
right
show
there.
Salty Girl what's up. Not really. It's still 7.5 hour drive. Yeah. Hey, Frankie. And take Frisky out to dinner. Not Frisky, Salty. I'll take Frisky out too if she comes down. Take her camping. She'd do it. Oh, you're booked for Valentine's Day? Okay. It's not going to be till the summer.
Wait a minute. Florida in the summertime?
Florida's busier in the summer than it is in the winter. The only 2 months that are considered low season in Florida is November and December. No kidding. Because people are busy with the holidays, doing other things, staying in their home state. But Florida's a 10-month balls to the walls busy place.
Well, actually,
Crazy.
I have a short clip of when last time my husband and I went to Florida, we rented out a tiny house. So,
Oh, really? Like a real tiny house?
but yeah, like a real tiny house, like literally like one of those. Have you seen them? Like they've done
Yeah, I think
documentaries.
they're cool.
Okay, so this is the story with that. So he went online and we looked up, like rental places because it's
Yeah,
usually, if you go that route, it's usually cheaper.
yeah,
And so this married couple who had 2 kids, they put 2 tiny houses in the back of their house and they rent them out to people for extra income. The one lady is a nurse and her husband was like a mechanic, and they would come and like see if we needed anything, but like they told us we could use their pool if they had a pool. And but they're nice, but honestly, like you so like they had it set up like bunk beds, right? So like you had like a full size mattress and then you had like a twin size above. And like with my husband and I like trying to sleep on a full size mattress, we were like it definitely was different. Um, but and the bathroom's small. Like it's definitely, but it's not like when you're on vacation, you're not really, you know, spending a lot of
Yeah.
time in the place where you know. And then
Yeah.
we also did one of those this I don't know what they're called. You know the boats with the big fans on the back of them? Well, it looks like a fan.
Yeah. Airboat. Airboat.
Yeah, we took one of
Airboat.
those. But you know what's funny, Tom? You're gonna laugh. So because it was during COVID, everyone had masks
You had to
and
wear a
stuff.
mask. That's so
No,
stupid.
no, we didn't have to wear a mask, but I wore mine because it actually came in handy because of all the bugs. I didn't have to worry about getting bugs
Yeah.
in my mouth. That's the only time I wore my mask down there was during the. I was like, look, see, honey, this can actually come in handy for something. Now I don't have to worry about bugs getting in my face. He laughed.
What town was that? What town was that in? Hey,
Um,
Daisy. What's she doing?
it was, well, we were staying in Kissimmee, so I want to say we drove about 45 minutes by the coast. So it was definitely in like one of the swampier land, you know, one of the outskirts that we went to.
Hey, John Boy. Like, what was the biggest town near you?
Kissimmee, because we were
Okay.
in the we were in Orlando and then we went to Key West.
Yeah, you got to be careful down in Kissimmee. It's crazy crime.
Oh, we never really had many issues. We've been down there quite a bit because I have family down there and he has family and we visit.
Yeah, but Google it sometimes. I mean, I started going down there in the 90s, and I built a house in Buena Vista, but I stayed in Kissimmee while it was being built. And Kissimmee has a lot of violent crime. I'm not shitting you.
Really?
Look it up. Did you see
It
that movie
was
Florida
trouble.
Project?
No,
Did you see the movie Florida Project?
no.
Oh, you got to watch that. That whole movie was filmed in Kissimmee. The whole movie. Oh,
You
good, Tribbles. Did you like it? Oh, good for you. See that, Michelle? What you will love Florida Project, Michelle. The
okay?
whole
I'll
movie is
have to
filmed
watch
in
it.
Kissimmee. Excellent, excellent. It just sums up everything.
I mean, like we never really had many issues. But then again, you know,
Yeah, but it just takes once.
well, you know what, Tom? Last time I went down there, I noticed that they closed up two flea markets. They were shutting them down. And we asked what was going on because we would always go there. And um, they said, literally the people that own the flea markets gave them like 2 days to like get their stuff out and leave. And they were shutting
Yeah,
them
it's a
down.
weird place.
So I
There's a
don't,
really good catfish place. I think it's St. Cloud at the other end of Kissimmee. Do you know where that is?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Catfish House. Did you ever eat at that catfish place?
No, no. Well, my husband doesn't like fish or seafood, so we
Oh,
normally
okay.
don't eat at seafood places.
It's good. The traffic is a
But
motherfucker down there too. 192, I think it is.
yeah, oh yeah, yep. I know, I know that route by heart. Yeah, there's
When I was living down there, like 5 people got murdered in a month.
well, and well, where I'm from in Rochester, our crime rate's really high too. Like I think we're like one of the worst cities in New York per capita as far as like crime, murder. Um, it's all over the place, really.
Yeah,
I
that's the name
mean,
of that place, the catfish place. St. Cloud, not White Cloud. But if you didn't like fish, hell with it. My favorite part of America, uh, I like Montana, both North and South Dakota, Wisconsin. I like the Great Plains states, Nebraska, Iowa. I love Mississippi. I love Mississippi. I like Georgia now. I never used to. I don't really care for the East Coast. I don't like the far West Coast, and I don't like all the way south. I think I like about a third of the states. I don't care for
what
Idaho. I don't like Washington that much.
what do you think about Texas?
They're not for me. Too dry, too hot. It's
Too many
huge. It's
guns?
just I don't like that. Like no, I don't like that like rocky bullshit. I like honestly I like big ass kicker winners, which is why I left Michigan. We don't have them anymore. I don't like Texas that much. I've been there quite a few times. New Mexico's pretty. I'm going to go there in about a month. Parts of Nevada are very nice. California sucks. I like Ohio too. Open areas, beautiful farmland. Kentucky, I love. Tennessee, I like.
Well, you have to.
Oklahoma sucks.
New York's actually a really nice state because you figure
Northern
you
New York,
have
Northwest.
you, you have
I don't really care
like
for those. You'd think I'd like those Northeast New England states, but I don't. I mean, there's some nice places in Connecticut. But it's all too much traffic and bullshit and dirty looking water. You can keep Maine, you can keep Vermont, you can have New Hampshire. I mean, Montana, those west states are like 1,000 times better. And the water's clear. It's not that dirty, dingy looking water. You know, I've traveled around quite a bit, and that whole East Coast water sucks. Dingy, dirty looking shit.
it
Can't see
does.
12 inches in it. Sucks. You got to go all the way down to about Cocoa Beach before the water gets crystal clear and blue. And the reason for that is a few things. The first thing, it's a limestone bed. The second thing is it's a Gulf Stream. It constantly is cleansing anything bad or out of it. But the biggest thing of them all is there's no organic material dumping into there. There's no rivers and streams and that kind of bullshit, which is why the water looks so dingy in North and South Carolina, because you got a lot of organic material, which tends to be dark. I mean, Florida, I wouldn't want to live there, but they get A plus for water from Cocoa Beach all the way down to Key West.
Yeah, it
And
is
even
nice. I
Panama
like
City,
Cocoa
all
Beach.
beautiful. Oh man, you go out there, it looks like paradise. This place even though I don't swim and I don't fish, there's nothing better than sitting on the 12th story of a private balcony drinking dragon's milk, looking at crystal clear water and seeing sharks swimming a mile off beach because the water's so clear. And there's
We
not many
used to.
tourists. And another thing too, is when you get on from Cocoa Beach down, all the way down to Key West, the sand is beautiful. It looks like the sand you'd have in a timer when you were boiling eggs. It's not this dingy looking dirty shit with a hypodermic needle in it like you get in Atlantic City. I even think Martha's Vineyard sucks. Cocoa Beach South. And it's funny because when you talk to people and you ask them, where would your ideal vacation be? People will always say clear, crystal clear blue water. And minus that, to me, it's just not worth it.
Well, what do you think
Because when you
about?
look out there, it sucks.
I mean, even Daytona Beach is, that that's a nice
Good.
beach.
It is a nice beach. It is a nice beach.
Um, But
if you
yeah,
look on a map, people ask me this all the time. I found, I learned everything the hard way. And it's Cocoa Beach South, and you're going to be fine. And for all the reasons that I said, crystal clear, blue water. See all this shit swimming down there? It's beautiful. It's beautiful all day long. Not that dirty, dingy looking sand like you
well,
get up
even
around the East Coast.
when we went to Key West, it was amazing. We went to, the tip of Key West, and the sunset. I've never seen
Yeah,
anything quite like it
Mallory
because we're
Pier.
so close to the equator, you know.
No, You know who has good sunsets, believe it or not? Sunrises, not sunsets, is Hilton Head.
Hilton Head.
They have the most unusual, yeah, they do. They have the most unusual cloud formations every day. So gorgeous. Now the water sucks and the sand sucks, and they never get any waves, but the sunrises are beautiful. Yeah,
It
Key
was
West is cool, but Key West, this is what I used to go down there too. Key West is good. They don't have any beaches because it's mostly coral.
right.
There's not much to do. And if you're gay, you're in paradise.
I mean, I thought it was
Yeah,
when
there is something. The only thing to do at night in Key West is go to drag shows, which I do. I do go to them.
when we were in Key West,
Fun.
we didn't spend a long time in Key West, but we have um, some friends who live there, and um,
In Key West,
yeah, yep,
are they gay? Yeah,
no,
there you go. What a guess. What a good guess, huh?
no, they're not gay.
Well, they're
They're
not
not
gay.
gay.
Are they
It's a
rich?
man and a
Are
woman.
they rich? Are
No,
they rich?
but no, but they have.
Key West is expensive.
It is expensive, but they pay well, um, with their jobs that they have down there, and I mean, they don't live like in where all the rich people live. They basically live, they have an apartment.
Yeah, but
It,
I'm
and it's
telling you, man, a fucking trailer down there is 350 grand now.
well, no, they pay a good amount of money for the apartment they
I
live
bet their
in,
rent's
but
2,400 a month, 2,200
oh,
or 2,400 a month.
oh, probably. I mean, but it's both. They don't have any kids, and um, he works two jobs, and she has a job. So I mean, like, they're making it, but they're not living like the
No, yeah. No, they like the
the
lifestyle and it's worth it to them. They spend all their money trying to live there.
yeah, basically,
Because I'll
yeah,
tell you this, for about the last, but that's their prerogative. For the last 10 or 15, well, actually about the last 15 years, the billionaires are buying out the millionaires in Key West. It's all
really.
crazy money down there. Yes,
No, when we went,
nuts money.
well,
Go
when
look
we
on
went to,
Zillow. Go look on Zillow and look at property. Go look on
well,
Zillow and look at Key
well,
West property.
when we went to Key West, and we rented out jet skis. So,
No, it's gorgeous.
because I'm a big jet ski person, so we rented out jet
Yeah.
skis, and the guy that took us on the tour, because it was like we followed this guy around, and he goes over here, and we were in the water. He was like, now over here is the poor part of Key West, where houses are only $5 million. He was like,
Yeah,
this is
that's right.
considered the poor area, and these houses were nice. Like, they were still nice, pretty nice houses.
And about 8 years ago, they fucked all those guys living in those floating houses.
Well,
There used to be
there
like a big gay enclave down there that lived. They were basically like houses. I got a video up. If you search my videos, a gay taxi cab driver took me over to his house and gave me a tour. And although there's a big gay community, and they were basically like houses built on 3 pontoon boats, just super fucking cool, like tree houses and nice. And they fucked all those guys about maybe 12, 15 years ago. I could be wrong. And they made them all leave.
Well, what I found interesting was there was islands outside of Key West, and we were told that those were like private islands.
Yeah, kind of free. Yeah.
Oh, there's yachts all over the
right.
place.
The fishing and the snorkeling down there, I'm not into that, but it's fucking paradise, man. I'll tell you where else is like that too, is Hawaii. The water's warm, you're never cold. See, that's what people, Rita probably knows this, but part of the reason for the popularity of going to Florida in the summertime, and I will admit this too, I've been down there before. I've went down there into Indian Atlantic, and I'm not a swimmer. I don't fuck around the beaches and too much. I like sitting on the balcony. I like storms and big waves, that kind of deal. But the nice thing about Florida, when you go down there in July and August, it's so hot. Often the water is the same temperature as the air. So you can run in and out of the water and you're never cold. Where else can you do that? That's why it's so busy down there, because if you want to have a party or a wedding reception, a lot of people have them at that place that I go, the Radisson in Melbourne, because you can just go down there and like all night long, it's like 86 degrees and the water is 86 degrees too. And you're just like not cold. You're having fun. It's crystal clear. That's why it's a very desirable place. You're never uncomfortable.
Well, you've been to New Orleans, right?
I hate New Orleans. I drive around it. Yes, I have. I don't like jambalaya. They got a lot of crime too. When Hurricane Katrina came through, they were shooting at the Red Cross helicopters. The place just sucks. All these drunken fucking dopers down there wearing these stupid beads showing their pussy. That doesn't interest me a bit. Zero. All that. I don't like the music, the food, the water, the crime, the stupid partying 24/7. You can keep it. I drive around it. I'm not kidding you. I don't like one thing about it. I swear to God, I drive around that place. I hitchhiked down there in 1975. I was 19. And I remember thinking, this place really sucks huge. No, I don't like anything about it. You can have that place. Mardi Gras. You couldn't pay me $1,000 a day to go down there. I'd be so bored.
You know what's funny is you're not the only person to talk about like Key West and the gay community down there. But like when we were down there, I never really noticed it. Maybe we just didn't go to like the places where.
Well, they got a big annual. They have a big annual gay thing down there that people from all over the world go to. A big gay parade every year. I mean, it's a big deal. But I would venture to say, you could look this up. I would venture to say that Key West is probably 70% gay. I mean, it's super high. There's nothing to do down there other than get drunk. And, there's no entertainment other than drag shows. And if you're a beach person, their beaches aren't that great. They're small. And once you've seen a couple sunsets, you'll run out of shit to do in Key West in 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, we were only there for a couple days.
Perfect. But you go fuck. And what I like is they have good street vendors. Like you can get steamed clams, lobster sandwich, conch chowder, all sorts of
What
cool shit off a
what
cart.
what
I like
about the
those
roof?
chickens running around, those roosters.
Yep,
Yeah,
the
around
roosters.
Hemingway's old house. Yeah,
Yep.
I like that too.
Oh,
And you can
oh
go
yeah.
down to the marinas and you can feed the tarpon. But after
Yeah.
about 2 days, that place sucked. Yeah, it really does. I don't like Panhandle because that's basically college kids.
Oh yeah. I'm sure. Well, there were a lot of different groups of people.
Hey, I'll tell you something about like Pensacola. I know some people that their great grandparents owned their great grandparents owned hotels on Pensacola, Panama City Beach. They made a living, and then their kids got them. They made a living, and then the people that I know got them that are in their 70s now. Not only did they make a living, they sold the hotels for $30 million about 5 years
Oh wow.
ago. Yeah, the property down there is crazy. Yeah, Mel Fisher
Well,
Museum's cool. Yep.
there's a lot of like upcoming areas, really. You just gotta, you just really just have to get them while they're still,
Not in
you know.
Florida's Florida's crazy expensive now everywhere.
Well, you know what? Even in the area that I live, housing went up. Like, what housing was steady here forever, and then when COVID hit, all of a sudden, like everybody's house went up like almost double.
Yeah, it's nuts.
So,
But
housing here
part of
was
the reason
cheap.
on this part of this housing bullshit is inflation and the American dollar not being worth anything anymore. It's fake. Inflation has eroded away your buying power. I mean, if you track inflation, like just buy a book on it, read it on the internet. Inflation is rampant. That's why these fucking shacks are fucking 300 grand now, and why a pickup truck's $58,000, and why that property I have in Florida, you'd have to be out of your fucking mind to buy that place. When I bought it, they thought I was out of my mind, and I was. It's just on a fucking manic high or some goddamn shit. I just got lucky selling some fucking business that I probably couldn't have given away 6 months later. I went down there, got shit lucky, and 32 years later, it's worth a fucking fortune. All luck. If anybody would have like done their due diligence and researched the property that I bought, every fucking Jew in the world would have owned it. But they didn't want it because they thought it was too far out. It was too country, too wet, too far away from West Palm Beach. And now it's worth a fucking fortune. It's just like where I live now. When I moved down there, it was dirt roads, horses, and you had to drive 30 miles to a Kenny Rogers Roasters chicken to get a good lunch. Now it's all crazy fucking money. $10 million houses, gourmet steakhouses in walking distance. It sucks. Just shit luck. Got lucky.
It's crazy.
Yeah, just pure luck, man. I mean, I was always, I should have a lot more money than I have, but I was always like too boring to me, like long-term investments. I never thought I'd live this long anyway. But on that Florida thing, that was an impulsive buy. And there was no time in my life after I bought that in 1992 that I ever could have afforded it. Never could have done it. One shot. I got a big down payment. I thought, fuck it, I'll buy these 20 acres. And I got shit lucky. That's also why I'm getting divorced. Because I do co-own that with my wife, and I'm tired of waiting. I mean, I'm 67. She's been living with a guy 16 years. I'm not
Yeah.
waiting any longer.
Yeah, I would say it's time.
But
I
nobody,
mean,
you know,
I mean,
even
technically,
the shrewd financial investors
technically,
got
isn't
got
this
lucky.
considered abandonment anyways? If you guys don't live together, so it's not really
No,
like you're married.
no, it's not. That's what her lawyer is claiming, but it's not abandonment. No, I owned it too long, JMO. I owned it too long. That's what her lawyer's saying. Look, I knew when I left that fucking place, you never know what was going to happen. Whether we get back, we wouldn't. And then as time went on, I thought, I'm not getting back this fucking lady. But we filed joint income tax the whole time. Florida's a 50-50 state. Now her fucking lawyer's telling her that I abandoned her. Yeah, it's fucking nonsense. Not only did I pay for that place, at the beginning, I paid for it for 3 years after I left, which was like $5,000 a month. And we filed joint income tax all these years. I thought I was going to get paid off when her mother died, but the mom didn't have as much money as anybody thought. And instead of splitting it 2 ways, she split it 4. So it was like $1.2 million. Everybody got about $300,000. That's not enough to pay me off. So about a year ago, I mentioned to her, I said, hey, I bet you're going to be one of these older women that's just going to be running that bed and breakfast when you're 90. And she said, yeah, probably. And the minute she said that, I made up my mind right then. This isn't going to work. Because here's what happens. The property has went up so much financially that she can't afford the payments. So it's going to have to be sold. But, she's been down there by herself since 98 with her boyfriend. I'm not fucking doing that any longer. Marty, my buddy, was going to lend her the money to pay my half. You know what the interest would be a month to pay my half on 2% lower than what standard bank rates are now? You know how much just the interest, not paying the principal, would be to pay Marty back on a loan for my half? Just the interest is $16,000 a month. That's not counting the principal.
Well,
So she's fucked. But I can't help that.
If you've had the business since 98, like, shouldn't it be almost all paid off anyways?
I left in
by now?
98. No, it's super expensive. The taxes down there are $28,000 a year. There is a bed and breakfast there. There is a bed and breakfast, but honestly, to be truthful to you, I never saw a tax return because I knew I paid my taxes on my Michigan end. I didn't care if she was making money or not. I don't think she was. If she was making, $100,000 a year on top of her salary, she works full time too as a therapist. I thought, good for you. I didn't give a fuck. It didn't really bother me. This is the way I looked at it, how I finally calculated it. If you took $500,000, which is low estimate of what I paid back when it was built and what I paid after I left, and you paid simple compound interest since 1998, look at what the dollar amount is. I mean, I would have gave her a fucking deal. But I could see what was going to happen is like this was just going to go on forever. And I was never going to get paid. And she's living with her and another guy. And we're not going to get back together. So, I mean, it sucks that I have to do this. I mean, if I had a few $1 million laying around, I'd tell her to keep it. But I don't. And the few $1 million that's laying around is my half of that property. And I want it. And she can fuck and suck with her new guy all she wants, but not on my dime. If he can come up with my half, more power to him. This fucking guy doesn't even work. I think he cuts the grass and fucking vacuums the rooms and whatever while he's down there. I don't know. I don't give a fuck about it that much. But, I'm 67 now. So honestly, she probably would have never admitted this, but I think she was probably just thinking that I was going to die one day and it'd all be hers. Kind of logical,
Yeah, I mean,
Well, that's a good question, Rita. You know, I am so disinterested in this divorce. I get stacks of fucking shit from this lawyer. We had to fit when you file divorce, you both have to provide financial statements, what you own and what they own. I didn't even fucking read it. You know what I do? I forward it to Marty. And Marty says, you know, did you see that? And I said, no, I don't really give a fuck. I don't. And to be honest with you, if I was a real dickhead, because I don't work and she does, I could get alimony. I could get half of her 401k. I could get half of her savings. I could not get half of her inheritance. That's not that much anyway, a couple $100,000. All as I'm looking for is half of my equity in the property since I left. I don't want any of that other bullshit, which I would be entitled to. So, you know, if you look at it from a legal perspective, it's a pretty good damn deal for her. The problem is when the dollar amount gets up that high, you can't afford to make the payment, even if the bed and breakfast is doing well. Well, once again, inflation. It's all these false, fucking inflated values that are bullshit. You'd have to be out of your fucking mind to pay that for that place.
I think if she were to sell it now would probably be the best thing as far as getting
Well, I'll tell you what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. Her lawyer is going to say, I'm a big motherfucker. I abandoned her, which doesn't matter if I abandoned her or whether I didn't. I'm on the deed. And what's going to happen? They're going to say, Sherry, are you going to be able to write a check to Tom for $2.5 million? And she's going to say, I can't. Then the lawyer is going to get a court-ordered sale. And what's going to happen is the place is going to be sold, and I'm going to get about $2 million, and she's going to get about $2 million, maybe a little more, and she's going to go and buy an $800,000 condominium, but she's not going to be living on 20 acres with a bed and breakfast. I mean, it's hard to feel sorry for her. You know, if I had some windfall or, you know, I fucking won the Powerball or something, I'd tell her to fucking keep it. I just don't want to fund or be part of a lifestyle with her and another guy any longer. It's a no-fault state. That's right. Believe me, I checked this shit out with a fucking lawyer before I left. And honestly, if there'd have been any time in this whole time that I've been gone where she could have afforded to pay me off, I think she'd have done it. But from pretty close to the time I left, there wasn't enough. It appreciated at a rate higher than she could have ever afforded to pay me. This is not uncommon. It is in a sense that it's in Florida and the properties went berserk. But if we were living in fucking Toledo, Ohio, she'd buy my half out, get another mortgage, and tell me to get the fuck out of here, and we'd both go our separate ways. But because this properties went so crazy down there, it's made it cost prohibitive to her to fund on her own. I know it sounds callous, but you know what? Not my problem.
Divorces can be brutal.
Yeah, well, you know, I'll outspend her if I have to. And she's stupid if she believes her lawyer that thinks she's going to get any more than what they're going to. I got her by the fucking balls with Florida law. I do. Now, it's not like that in every state. There's states that she could have bent me over. But if you were going to be in this kind of scenario, you couldn't be in a better place than I am in a state like Florida. I got her by the nuts. So when her lawyer, I got a Zoom thing in March, the Zoom conference.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not really looking forward to it because, you know, I want to get paid. I think I'm being fair. I mean, it sucks that she can't have this place till it's tits up. And she's told me all these years, if it wasn't for me, she'd have never had it. Now, I'm not going to break that off in her ass, but it's kind of true. And in fairness, it wouldn't have made it this long without somebody like her personality to run it. Now, here's the caveat. Here's the kicker to the whole thing. And that is that the truth of the matter is that place would be worth just as much now if when I left I'd locked the gate and the bed and breakfast would have never been in operation. It's the property that it appreciated, not the fucking bed and breakfast. Actually, that property would bring that kind of money if there was no bed and breakfast and the fucking weeds were 5 feet tall. It's 20 acres in a prime location that everybody wants. Got lucky.
Well, she could always just sell it and probably profit from that alone.
She will. She'll walk away with $2 million too. But I'm sure if you ran into her in a coffee shop, she's going to say, that motherfucking ex-husband of mine, I ran this place all these years and, it's not fair that he got half. Okay, everybody's got a story like this. She's going to go out and be able to buy a fucking $1 million condo if she wants and have $1 million in the bank, but I'm still going to be the big asshole, even though I paid for it all at the beginning. It's just the way these scenarios go.
I would just be careful because you guys haven't been living together for so long.
Doesn't matter. I don't need to. As long as I'm on that deed, I could go down here and beat her once a fucking week, and it wouldn't matter when it came to the equitable distribution of assets. And if she pisses me off and gets dirty, then I want alimony and I want half of your fucking 401k. How do you like that? But I don't. But I'm entitled to it. All as I want is what I think's my fair share out of the land. You can keep all your other shit. Yeah. It's going to be a court-ordered sale.
Yeah. Have you been to court yet for the divorce, or is it still just...
Yeah, I got my first thing in March. Yeah, this first hearing where they're going to ask me about settling and stuff like that. And I'm going to tell them what I just told you. Yeah, I'll settle. She can keep everything, but I want my equity out of the property. I mean, that's like this great deal. It's like $500,000 off that I'm entitled to legally by Florida law.
And if you could do it just by doing negotiations too, and not actually having to go in a courtroom, that would be nice too. If you could just,
but there isn't going to. Yeah, well, here's the issue. She can't afford to live there anymore if she's got to pay me off. That's the problem. And I can't help that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, if we were living in Toledo, Ohio, it wouldn't be any problem. She'd float another $100,000 on a bungalow and tell me to get the fuck out of here. I hope I never see you again. And we each go on our other way. In a perfect situation, even if I got her private financing, which I could, her payment, if she was the sole owner, after I got not even half of a reasonable divorce settlement, would be about $22,000 a month. She doesn't have it. Couldn't afford it. So it's going to be a court-ordered sale, which blows, believe me. And if I had, an extra few million laying around, I'd tell her to keep it. But I'm not walking away from that like she's riding some big cock for the last 18 years that doesn't even work. Not happening. Now, a small cock, I can maybe, come to grips with that.
You'd feel sorry for her.
Yeah. I mean, this is, there's examples like this everywhere. And it kind of sucks that You know, I mean, on one hand, you can say, well, that's really great. This property has really went up. You have really benefited. You know, you've really made out like a bandit on this. That's true. Unless you're trying to keep it as a single owner 33 years after you bought it. And then it's not so cool. I mean, I'd like to live on Palm Beach, but I can't afford it.
Right.
She can't afford to live there anymore. And that's a tough pill to swallow.
Well, I mean, if she was smart with how much revenue the business produced throughout the years, she should be okay.
She was smart. She was smart. There wasn't that much revenue. The fucking insurance and electricity and all that fucking shit. Where she's made most of her money, or at least broke even or had a little left over, is through fucking weddings. 15 grand here, 20 grand there. Not the bed and breakfast is, I think it's $350 a night to stay there, which seems insane. But when you crunch the numbers and you look at the taxes and the electricity and the fucking, I think about $650,000 is owed on a mortgage. When you look at all that in labor, there's not that much money left. There's not that much. Bed and breakfasts are a great business model. When you move into bumfucked Egypt, you take an old Queen Anne home that's a fucking dump. You stick 100 grand into it. Everybody thinks it's gorgeous, and they pay you $2.25 a night out in the middle of nowhere. That's where the money's at in the bed and breakfast. It's not in a place where the fucking acreage is worth 185 grand an acre. The taxes are $26,000 a year, and it's 1,000 fucking degrees every day of the year, except in the winter, and your utilities are high. In Florida, the insurance is high too. Liability and
Oh yeah, hurricanes and
law.
stuff. Sure.
Yeah, fuck, because of hurricanes. There's just not much. There's just not that fucking much. Bed and breakfasts are good, like what I just told you, but not in a place like that. Your overhead, your nuts too high. Bed and breakfasts are good when you got 150 or 200 grand wrapped up into a gorgeous place. People don't bat an eye at paying 200 a night. Not when you got 4 million or 4.5 million laying there and you're charging $350 a night. It's just, it doesn't work. Bed and breakfasts are good in certain areas, but down there, the overhead's too high.
Oh sure.
Fucking nuts. So that's the deal. I'm gonna spend my first 100 grand, 50 grand on 2 twin mail order brides. I'm gonna get 2 at once.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm moving here to Crawfordville. And start over.
Well, Tom, I'm gonna take
That's
off.
the old joke.
It's getting late, so it was nice chatting.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed myself. I'm gonna try and get up earlier tomorrow. Fix this fuck with this tire. So.
Alrighty.
Yeah,
Well,
you're right, Jay. So thanks for coming on. You guys have a good
Yep.
night, rest of your night tonight, and a good day tomorrow.
have a
JMO.
good night, everybody.
You have a good day tomorrow. Yeah, financial leaps. That's true. Well, too is it's all everything is like, it isn't like your parents back in the day where they paid 18 grand for something. Like I've said on here a few times, when I graduated from high school, you could buy a nice house in a middle class neighborhood for $28,000. Leaded windows, brick, nice, no crime. And not only are the payment and the jobs kind of down, that same house now is probably 250 grand. So it's all upside down. It just sucks. Got lucky, It's partying. Hang on one sec. Because believe me, it was all shit luck. I'm not kidding you. What are you doing, honey? You want to go out and go pee-pees? All right.
go peepees? Want to go pee? Go peepees? You don't want to.
So, the unfortunate thing is it's just, it's just a lot of factors that have come together. You know what I mean? Yeah, if you want to stay there, it's not good. Yeah, $9,000. That's it, Nicole. Yeah. Hey, I see you. How you doing? Yeah, there you go, Nicole. Nicole spelled it out. $399. Yeah, these real estate prices are nuts, man. Crazy. Yep, there you go. Yep, that's it. And that's the same thing that's happened down in Florida, only worse. And another thing too, if there would have been any chance along the way, I'll tell you one get out of jail free card that she could have had. She got about $250,000 from her mom. If she'd have positioned it properly and approached me, right? There's a chance that she said, "Hey, look, my mom didn't have as much money as I thought. I only got 250 grand. You think we could work out a deal?" I'd have probably taken the 250 grand and just signed off on the fucking thing without ever filing a divorce. Honestly, I would have. But it was always this constant dialogue of like pretending like nothing was going on and that, we were just she was gonna have some new relationship and move on. And I was supposed to just do nothing. It got old. I didn't want to wait any longer is basically what it came down to. Yeah. So what are you going to do? And you never know. It's not over till it's over. Yeah. Yeah, that could have happened. You know how it is. It's like that with anything. You're waiting for a response or... and it just never comes, and it kind of like... I can tell you this, if it was me and the shoe was on the other foot, I probably would have said, "Hey, look, I would have brought this up. It's like, look, I don't have much money. We've both kind of moved on. I can't afford it. This isn't much. I know you deserve much more. Would you consider us going our separate ways if I gave you 250 grand?" Yeah, I would have done that. I mean, I'm not a guy for just pretending that, everything's going to work out fine without talking about it. Yeah, go after your share. Yeah. That's what I say. Yep. Give it a try. But you guys know as well as I do, it isn't over yet. I could get taken out in a fucking car crash tomorrow. So could she. Hey, Waiting, how you doing? I don't, like Frederick says, he doesn't buy green bananas anymore. Yeah, I wouldn't say she really I wouldn't say she really wanted me to walk away from it. I would look at it as like just time goes on. It's already been like 25 years. And all of a sudden, it's like when your parents die and your friends die and people your age die that you graduated with. And all of a sudden, everything just starts subtly diminishing. Ice cream parlors you went to for 50 years are going out of business. Sears is tits up. Your mom dies, then your dad dies, then your friends die, and you had old neighbors die. All your friends' parents are dead now. I think it was one of those kind of deals now. And if you wait long enough, all of a sudden I'm not around either. Because if I was dead, this is a moot issue. If she got killed tomorrow, it's a moot issue. I wouldn't be able to put a for sale sign on that fucking place fast enough. I'd probably even give the fucking boyfriend $500,000. Because I do think that motherfucker has maintained that place for 15 or 18 years. I don't know whether, he gets it in blowjobs or cash under the table or what. She's no spring chicken anymore. Yeah, it's hard to say. I'm going to go out to Las Vegas and drop $30,000 at a whorehouse right after I get paid. Girls Gone Wild, Rodney Dangerfield, back to school. Yeah, no one knows about tomorrow. That's it. Seals and Cross, we will never pass this way again. We may never pass this way again, whatever it is. That was my high school song. I thought to myself, God, I hope I don't pass this way again. This fucking place sucks. Yeah, no one knows about tomorrow. Fuck. Yeah, so you guys know how it is. I mean, Rita, J-Bo, you were all around the same age. It's all fucking limp dick. The fucking fire's snuffed. Just going through our rituals. And it's like, I mean, I'm in a, I don't know. This is good down here. It's a step up from where I was. But I still wouldn't say that I'm happy. I just think that's going to be too big of a moving target for me. It isn't like, this is some big windfall and I know better to think things are going to get good. Yeah, you know what I mean, Rita? It's like I'm on the home fucking stretch now. The thing that keeps me from like feeling like worse than I do about it is that the world is fucked up now. I never thought it would bother me so much when I saw like how other people's lives were affected. Fucking kids can't like take road trips and fucking colleges fucking a fortune. Fucking houses like crazy prices. Gas. I mean, it's just not like it used to be. When I was growing up, all you needed to do was not get in trouble. And I had like really good days in my life. I think up until about 52 or 53, it was like really great. And these older years just kind of like fucking sucks. Yeah. It's not really like fun, it's like you're just like fucking off like I do. It's like I don't have like the prerequisites for the formula for happiness I did when I was younger. I told you the other day I had this 84-year-old woman from West Branch call me. She's a really sweetheart. I think I'm going to go up there and see her because like she's really lonely. Not like a bothersome lonely, just like a good person that needs a visit. And, she doesn't even visit her family anymore. She said she thinks she'd like to come down here to visit, which I'd be okay with. I mean, I love her personality. But it just, these older relationships, it's minus all the hormones. She's not going to be blowing me going down the road. I'm not going to be giving her big cum facials after a bottle of wine. And you'll say, you're just an old pervert. And it's like, well, that could be true. But that big spark, that fire, that fun shit that made you fight and made you fucking make up, it seems like once that's over, that I'd be just as well off hugging a lampshade You know what I mean? I mean, I've come full circle now. I went from considering a good visit to be a great piece of ass and a superb blowjob into holding hands and drinking a warm glass of fucking milk. I mean, what the fuck? You know? And that's why I have a book and I talk about this a lot. I think the whole thing's like based on hormones, and what a disappointment. I mean, if this shit gets much worse for me, I think I'm just going to go down to fucking Tijuana and get some human growth hormone, some fucking donkey testosterone. Just go around fucking dry hump in the air. Yeah, and like my sparks are like fucking done, man. I try to go through like the motions like I give a fuck. You know? I can remember like one time I was like 18 and I listened to a story about a guy getting his dick cut off. And I remember thinking, like literally, at 20 years old, if my dick would have got cut off, I think I would have killed myself. And now at 67, I think if my dick got cut off, it wouldn't be that big a deal. Yeah, flirting better. Isn't that the truth? You know, you try and pigeonhole this stuff and categorize it like, well, you know, I've matured. I want different things in life. You know, I started in my mid-50s, started passing up on blowjobs, which was not a good sign. When I was 18, I'd let anybody blow me, as long as they were female. Yeah, bob it. Yeah, it's just like, god damn, you know. I don't know whether it's like, that's what I think I'm going to do. I'm just going to go to Tijuana. I'm going to get some human growth hormone, which is the difference between going to a titty bar and watching birds and making YouTube videos like I do now. You know? That's human growth hormone. That's why old people don't leave the house. Testosterone's fine. I got a high testosterone level. Doesn't make any fucking sense. It's the same shit with serotonin and fucking vitamin D and all this fucking bullshit. My testosterone level's good, you know? What a waste of fucking testosterone. That's why I'm suspect to this fucking bullshit. You know, if I went into a doctor and he said, well, how's your sex life? It's like, well, you know, I'm not even jacking off anymore, to tell you the truth. It's like, okay, well, I checked your testosterone and it's very low. It's like, okay, that would make sense. It's like, okay, well, give me a big shot of that fucking shit. You mean I'll be jacking off like I was when I was 16? You say, yeah. It's like, all right, fucking do it. But it isn't. I don't feel like doing it anyway. And I go in, he says, my testosterone's normal. And I think to myself, who's fucking analyzing this fucking science? If it isn't, if my fucking testosterone is normal, why am I skipping blowjobs starting in my mid-50s? What's left? It's not human growth hormone, because that plugs into like spur of the moment. I think I'll drive down to Key West and spend a few days. You know, now I'm thinking, you know, I get distracted so fucking easy. You know, like tonight's a perfect example. I'm fucking around. I've been kind of a slump, you know. And I think, fuck it. I'll drive up to Athens. About an hour. So I get up to Athens. I go to Barnes & Noble. I got every fucking book they ever published. And I drive, and I'm in Barnes & Noble. I'm thinking, what the fuck am I doing in Barnes & Noble? You know, I got enough fucking books. I look around, some bullshit. And I'm talking to myself, and I'm saying, well, I don't see any books that interest me, so I think I'll just get the fuck out of here. So I'm all the way, and then I'm all the way up in Athens now, and I thought maybe I'll just go get some sushi. Sashimi, you know, which is a little different, raw fish on. And I went over there, and I'm not saying I had a bad time. I did have a good time, but barely. Then I drive home. I got this fucking hole in my goddamn tire. And it's just like, for a while, the spontaneity and the newness of being here was like great. But in the last couple of weeks, I think it's like dropped off quite a bit. I'm like heading into a big mental abyss. I think I am. I think I'm heading in a fucking another mental like nosedive. I was gonna go down to Florida, and it's like my life is so fucking boring. But here's the problem: is I can't even fucking tell you what I would like want to do, like what would be interesting to me. I can't even fucking tell you. No wonder I'm so goddamn lost. And what I'm afraid of is that it's just because I'm older, which fucking sucks. I think my emotions are shot. I think they are. I don't mind like, fucking trapping a dog or some shit, something like that. But lately, yeah, I hope not too, but it's not looking too good. I can see it coming. I've experienced enough, But I even thought of just like getting a fucking job at like a gas station or something. Or some job, man. Maybe driving a truck where they drive these logs around, and they take them and grind them up or something. Because I just can't take this like idle life anymore. Yeah, but yeah, that sounds all good on paper and all that, but I'm actually kind of in a fucked up way. I'm thinking, I'll tell you what made me get a little extra depressed. You know how they call them triggers, which is kind of like a simpleton way of explaining these things. But I do like storms and ice and blizzards and shit like that. And Mary sent me pictures all day today from like this really cool place in the UP. And it really got me kind of depressed because I think if I was up there fucking around, I wouldn't be depressed. Ice caves and this crazy ass wind, blizzard, road warnings, that kind of shit. Now you think I should be happy just down here like, what is it? 70, fucking off. I'm never satisfied for long. That's the problem. Yeah, so I'm digressing for sure. Yeah, but that purpose is, it's funny because I talked about that psychology today, that psilocybin article, and they talked about purpose. I think that's like, I've advanced beyond that. Like purpose worked when in my 30s. Because, that sounds good. Purpose, yeah, But I'm like beyond that simple shit. Purpose. I don't think those meds helped me at all. I don't think they did shit. I don't. Yeah, it's hard. It's not like willpower, it's the whole nature of the beast. Yeah, I do shit, but you know what I mean? No, I got about a 60-day supply left. I quit taking that fucking shit. I mean, it may have helped. That fucking Tentrellix, I'll tell you one thing. That fucking thing, that goddamn Trellix. Well, the primary thing, it fucks your jacking off up, which is a priority of mine. That's number one. Secondly, it makes me like jittery, nervous. And thirdly, it fucked up my deep sleep, my REM sleep. Having these crazy ass fucking dreams. And it wasn't like when I was on Trentellix, life was great. You guys talk like I'm playing Skip to My Lou Holden, hands with some bag whose tits are hanging down around her fucking waist. It isn't like that. I mean, you got to keep it real. You know, all of a sudden I'm French kissing some fucking 80-year-old. Yeah, it kills your libido. Yeah, but if you're like me, I mean, you're just fucking around watching porn and shit. You can say, well, what's that? That's a big fucking deal. If you're watching porn and it's killing your libido, this is a fucking issue. People all laugh and say, oh yeah, it's fucking crazy. You know, you should be like have more serious things to worry about. Yeah. Let me tell you, it doesn't get much more serious than not being able to jack off because you're on antidepressants. You think that's fucked up, especially the women. They just can't, comprehend this. They think it's like funny and, I'm just fucking around. But good night, Karen. Yeah, it's fucking nuts. It's like this double-edged fucking sword. You like painted yourself into a corner and it's gotten worse. There's no paintbrush even anymore, no paint. You have a good day tomorrow, Karen. You party on. Just think positive. Fuck, I wish it was that easy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, god damn, man. That's why I don't want to have these. There's a couple articles in the Psychology Today about, therapy and all this shit. I never had any good therapists, I didn't think. I probably should fucking get some. It's a real dilemma, yeah. Like you say, you like males, but like you don't really enjoy their company, being around them. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah. I mean, you see these fucking people. I mean, I think it just could be maybe just all genetics. Whole fucking kit and caboodle. Yeah, I thought delivery driver, I'd like that. Something, you know what I mean? Yeah, another thing that got me a little depressed. Well, I say this, it's nice to blame your depression on something. If you're just running around batshit crazy and you don't know why, which is a real possibility, I think that's really the crux of the whole thing. Like, it's already starting to get fucking hot down here. And this fucking hot weather sucks. And I'm thinking, man, this fucking house isn't got built yet. I'm fucking bored. Just doing stupid shit, going get a piece of chicken, taking some YouTube pictures, that kind of stuff. But I'm heading south mentally. Yeah, I meet different people and stuff like that. That's not a problem, that part. Yeah, I don't know. I'm fucking in a damn debacle. Yeah, right. Yep. Well, I was going to do that, but I don't need to anymore. The only reason I was going to do that was because of a fast internet speed. And in March and getting it here. So I don't need to do that. I do want to do I do like doing interviews. I do like doing that. And I also contacted that dog place and told them I'd trap dogs for them. Pay for it all. I'll do it on my own. And the lady told me they were very excited about it. They wanted me to do it. I just don't think there's enough dogs around here to trap. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Teresa. Oh, that sucks. But Teresa, at least that's normal depression. That's a significant loss. That is normal. I don't think mine is normal. You should be depressed when you lost a daughter unexpectedly. My condolences. Yeah, I miss him too. I mean, this wasn't like as simple as, getting into the interviews, doing the interviews, getting on them. It's all like more complicated than you think. I got my own things going on. I got tired of Michigan. Fucking place got dangerous. I'm not kidding you, man. I think there's a 50-50 chance I'd be dead by now if I'd have kept going down there. They've been picking people off left and right for like stupider reasons than killing me. Yeah, I do. I have been thinking about some short trips. That's why I was going to go down, fuck around Florida for a couple of days, but I don't know. I don't mind driving. I like driving, but it doesn't seem to make much sense to drive 1,500 miles round trip for a night in a fucking hotel. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that, Satellite Man. Yeah, and I don't believe in that blessings and all that shit. I mean, I'm not saying it's not true. I just don't like, I guess I should say embrace it. You know what I mean? I just think it's like randomness. I mean, I could name all sorts of shit if we talked for an hour where you really got your ass bent over in your life. Injustices, unfortunate circumstances. And you get mad at me if I said, well, were you blessed then? And this is the thing that turns me off on these, being blessed when things go your way and shutting the fuck up when they don't. You know what I mean? I mean, when you got it broke off in your ass, what was that? Yeah, but blessings have a, Rita said this one night too, blessings have a religious connotation to them. They do. Because you were blessed by a third party. I mean, if you said, shit luck has really went my way, I wouldn't be questioning you on this. Yeah, no, there is no reason. Yeah, probably. Oh, grateful. That's different. That's different than blessed, though. Grateful. Why don't you say grateful then? It's different. Yeah, that's right, Satellite Man. Yeah, you got a point on that, No, I think situational depression does. Like a lady losing her daughter unexpectedly. That's normal. I think a good reason to get depressed is if you sit down like you're around our age and you chart when things started to go south, and you got a fucking brain in your head that, even works just a little bit, and you're this age now, and all you got to do, there's, endless examples of people that are older than you, and their life fucking sucks worse than yours does. And you know that your life's going to suck worse every year from here on out. You're not going to be on the phone all night with some guy, not going to be bragging to your girlfriends about some 10-inch cock. You're just going to be drinking milk and fucking knitting doilies and putting hemorrhoid cream on your ass and bullshitting everybody you run into about how blessed you are. It's fucking fraudulent. Oh, grateful for it. That's cool. Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely half full, motherfucker. Half glass full. Yeah. Well, I'm going to be setting up a beehive pretty soon. Big fucking deal. I guess the things I do are mindless. Everything I do is mindless. Like I cut grass. Yeah, painful. I think here's the main problem, is that I know what the future holds. That's the problem. Yeah, I've had them before. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Here's another fucking thing too, though. Is I do like doing these interviews, but I don't want to do them like I did before. I do feel better about not monetizing them. But it just, in a way, it just seems like if I don't monetize a video, then who gives a fuck how many views you get, right? So that's one main problem off the charts. But in a fucked up way, when I started, I thought, well, it's just kind of, interesting to see how they got there, why they're there, why they can't get out, that kind of thing. And I'm thinking now maybe that's just not a good enough reason to interview somebody. Like, it's just futile. Yeah. I'll tell you what I did do today, though. I bought 2 more hams. 2 hams I bought. $1.33 a pound. I got them in the refrigerator. And I go out and I put my cameras out and watch these animals eat them. I don't know why. I do like doing that. But it's about run its end course. I'm going to do it one more time. Yeah, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. I mean, sometimes I think, well, maybe I just sell my shit. And, I could do this if I wanted to. And just, like, go to get into some degree. But then when I look at that, I think, why would you jump through all those stupid fucking hoops? Like, a degree for what? I'm not interested in, like, bragging I got a PhD or a graduate degree or I got a law degree. Or, I'm out doing this fucking bullshit for pro bono. I think I'm fucking up thinking that way. Like it's a better way, academia. I got a couple of books about the dirty pool in academia. So skip that. Yeah, I don't know what, I'm really running out of things to do. I do like the vultures. Well, yeah, although I think I'm gonna I do like vultures. I help them out if I could. I'll record those when they start laying eggs and raising babies. But to be honest with you, Rita, those motherfuckers eat too much meat too quickly. I mean, I know what a vulture looks like. I know how much meat they eat, and I've fucking done enough of it. So I don't want to take these 2 big hams and have these motherfuckers disintegrate them in a day because I've got enough vulture video. It doesn't interest me that much anymore. I like the fox. I like the coyotes. I'd like to get a couple bobcats. Yeah, I was happy. But I'm telling you, Teresa, fly-ins passed me by. It's not like it was when I did it. when I did it, and I'm not talking like fucking Orville Redenbacher, but when I did it, I was buzzing my friend's house and buzzing swimmers on the beach and taking girls for rides, and they were blowing me on the picnic table in my hangar. And if I did any of that shit now, I would like be fined $250,000, have my license taken away, and maybe get probation. It's different now. You can't go anywhere now if you're not on radar. They don't know who you are. Hey, Chris. Yeah. So, nah. Ultralights, I fucked around with those for a while. Skydiving, I did that for a long time. I think my aviation days, it's too regulated, I guess. You can't, like, fuck around like you used to. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. I know one thing, though. That I don't want to be in neutral much longer. Yeah, and like, it'd be interesting, like, if you could really get into something and like help people. For real. Yeah, I did that for a long time, Teresa. Pancake breakfast fly-ins. Pancake breakfast fly-ins. Yeah, true. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. I guess this just could be a consequence of getting older. Maybe that's why people like their grandkids so much, because for the time that they spend with them, it keeps them from thinking about the rest of their lives. Yeah, bipolar 2. Bipolar 2. But that didn't last long, the bipolar 2. I don't think I'm bipolar. I don't have that mania shit. And the bipolar 2 is even a worse definition. They say you only needed a manic episode once. What the fuck? How can you diagnose somebody? I mean, that could have been too much coffee for a day. I wish I would have some fucking mania. No, they just bipolar 2. And like I said, that only lasted for about 3 months. You know how these psychiatric fucking diagnoses go. They're all like fucking gray and blending in and out of each other, that kind of shit. Yeah, well, it's not like, building a house and you want a 2,200 square foot house and somebody reads a blueprint and it's exactly what you get. I mean, when you're getting into like behaviors, and the only reason all this bipolar bullshit came out with these DSM series was because insurance companies were tired of getting fucked by practitioners. So after, bullshit councils and meetings and seminars, they came up with this DSM, and they had to come up with a definitive diagnoses in a printed manual so everybody knew through the nomenclature what you were talking about. Because there was quite a while with insurance companies, and all of a sudden you're going to a psychiatrist and the insurance company saying, what's wrong with the motherfucker? It's like, well, he's depressed. Well, what kind of depressed? And all of a sudden, it was a never-ending bill of therapy because he was depressed, and that wasn't just specific enough. So they finally all got together. I think the latest version is the DSM-5. And it's basically just nomenclature for diagnoses between insurance companies and practitioners. That's all. It's not like it's valid 100%. Actually, there's some critical books written about those books, about what fraud they are. Yeah, just that one time, about 5 years ago. Bipolar 2, which I had never heard of. Oh, it's interesting. Yeah, right. Yep, Chris. Yeah. Yep. I mean, there's a lady that wrote a book on the DSM-3, and she talked about where they were actually diagnosing women through premenstrual cramps as psychiatric disturbances. I mean, they got some real major egg on their face. You know, it was mainly a manual to where when you went to a psychiatrist and the insurance company says, "What are we paying for?" It's like this. Tom Reed is bipolar 2. And everybody was on the same page. But in the real world, I don't think it works that way. I mean, I've been diagnosed with all sorts of fucking shit. Never 1, 2, acute depression. Then I thought I had seasonal affective disorder. Yeah, that worked for a while too until I moved down to Florida and was just as miserable. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting read, but its purpose wasn't to be a specific definition of real world behavior. It was basically a reimbursement protocol. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, well, I would fucking do it. I'm always open to suggestions. I'll tell you that. You know, you got any ideas or you know anybody who'd like to be interviewed, let me know. And I admit, too, I mean, here's the fucking problem is, you know, I'm fucking around. I'm doing these videos. The videos that I've done the last year are kind of like the videos that I did when I first started on YouTube. You know, really, and not that this means a flying fuck, but it was a sincere, legitimate interest I had in how prostitutes got where they were at, what their daily life was like, why they stayed there, and the difficulties they had in getting out. It really was. It was no fucking bullshit. And for a long time, nobody watched those interviews, which I was fine with. And when things started getting not fun, and you guys all are aware of this, stalkers, bullshit, fucking with me, getting me strikes, was when these goddamn videos got viral, which, as I've said a million times before, it wasn't anything that I did. It was the people that I interviewed. So I never took credit for it. It's just YouTube's algorithms rearing their ugly head. And YouTube's sentiment has kind of changed. They don't really want guys like me around anymore, which I'm not really that upset about. They're so fucking full of shit. They are the biggest demotivators in the world. I mean, how could you promote somebody? I wasn't doing anything egregious. I wasn't promoting drugs, suggesting drugs. I was just asking people in that lifestyle what they were on. They don't even want you doing that anymore. So fuck them. That's why I just say I won't monetize them. And I doubt that I would ever get another viral video again anyway, because YouTube's not promoting content like mine anymore. The only reason we're talking is because they did, but they don't anymore. I'm slowly losing subscribers. Yeah, I am, which I don't really give a fuck about. As long as I have 1,000, and if I'm not monetized, well, scratch that. So as long as I can do live things, I don't even think I need that if I go through StreamYard. It doesn't really bother me. It wouldn't doubt me. It wouldn't surprise me at all if those fuckers will make up some shit and kick me off here someday. I think they will. Seroquel? Yeah, I tried a lot of that stuff. I do. Yeah, I do hear from them. Yep. But to be honest with you, in the last probably year, when I see their name come up on the caller ID, I don't answer it. I don't want to fuck with them anymore. You know, I tried to help them. I was naive. They didn't get any better. I just get tired of fucking with them. It's the same old line of bullshit. And, I learned a lot, which is why if I do it again, I want to do it differently, which I don't even know if that's possible. I mean, I don't. I mean, this pipe dream of thinking that, although when I first went down there, I never thought I'd really help any of them. I was just getting their story. And I still really don't think that, but I did kind of get caught up in trying to. But that's what drugs does to your mind. Turns you into a con artist. When you're out, excuse me, sucking 10 or 20 dicks a day, you actually, even as a working girl, can afford to be quasi-honest. You don't need to lie to people for money because you're supplementing your income through sex work. And then after that runs out and you don't have enough takers and men don't find you attractive and the clientele's dried up, those drugs will make you a full-time, 100% scammer. Yeah, I don't really think I did too much for him, Teresa. Your brain will, and what happens, and you'll notice this in the patterns with these people, their last saving grace with regard to getting income is playing the rehab card. They all do it. Sharon does it. Did she go to rehab and she's doing fine? She's not. Did Maddie? Of course not. But that's what it turns you into. You need money for drugs. And when the cone gets that thin and small at the end, you can go from being street smart and having some credibility to telling the truth because you were upfront about being a working girl to being a full-blown con artist because the sex work dried up and you need money for dope. Yeah, it's fucked up, man. I don't know why so many people get mad about Maddie doing what she's doing. My only assumption is that they just don't really understand addiction very well. They're acting like, some Girl Scout leader has gone rogue and is trying to buy a new car with lies. It's much different than that. Goes with the territory. It sure does, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've lost touch with reality, unfortunately. Hopefully psilocybin will help me. I mean, I never even smoked marijuana, to tell you the truth. And as I get older and more in an abyss of my mental health, I'm thinking, man, god damn, who knows when I'm going to end up trying. Yeah, it is, sure is. Yep, fentanyl, it is. Yeah, I think you're right about that. Psilocybin. I don't know, man. I don't have any answers. Yeah, that's how I look at it. Yeah, I don't really. I'll check to see if she's alive. That's about it. But no way, Manny is, you've got to see Maddie from not too bad and being hopeful to a full-blown drug addict that'll say or do anything to get you to send money. Yeah, mushrooms. Dave, did you get I sent you some text today. I sent you a bunch of text with the pictures and shit of that motorhome, that RV. Did you get them? And are you up in the UP right now? Did you end up going to the UP or not? Oh, okay, Dave. It's got a V10. V10. V10 in it. Ford V10, I think. How's he doing with COVID, Dave? Excuse me. Yeah, it's like I think it's a Ford engine. I think it's the Ford. I know it's a V10 though. Yeah, 6.8 V10. Yeah, you're right. Yep. Oh, good for him. Yeah, COVID sucks. Hey, Tony, how you doing? Oh, good, Wayne. Let me know how it goes. Yeah, Daisy snoring away. It's true. Good night, Kane. Oh, wow. Well, the vaccination isn't to keep you from getting it. It's to keep you from dying if you get it. Yeah, it sounds good. I think so too, Satellite. Yeah, I think you're right. Yep. I'd try it. Did you have any boosters, Jabo? Yeah, no, she'd be dead maybe. Yeah, that's right. Yep. It's true. Oh, wow, Satellite. Oh, it was expensive? Really? I didn't know that. I thought it was like cheap. Why did Tribbles go to bed so early tonight? Oh, wow. No kidding, huh? That's a lot. Good, Kim. How you doing? Oh, I didn't know that. Huh. Good. How you doing, Cam? Huh. Well, that's not bad. Sound like- I didn't. No. Not bad. I got one more next week, and then I'm done. Now, this time I wore a full mask, so I didn't get sunburned. It helped. No, you're right, Dave. Yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna go to bed, you guys. I gotta get up and fuck with this tire in the morning. So I hope you guys have a good night. Appreciate you coming on. Sorry you didn't make your trip, Dave. If you have any more questions about that, let me know. Yeah, I got those shingles one time after I took a shot of Enbrel. Yeah, it does, Jable. Yep. Just like herpes. If I get herpes, that's what I want them to do, live dormant. Good night, Teresa. Always something is right. Isn't that the truth? Good night, Frisky. Hi, Jabo. Rita. See you, Kane. Well, I did mostly insurance work, which is where the money was at. And they've got so many return to work programs. I mean, back in the day when I was doing it, we would either catch people out of their restrictions. So if you had a 3-pound bowl lifting restriction and we caught you bowling, you were screwed. So you'd be looking for physical activities that way. And the second thing is we'd catch them working other jobs. There was lots of people that would file work comp claims, and then a few months go by, they go out and get another job, but they wouldn't admit it. And we'd catch them and figure out where they were working. Well, first of all, there aren't any jobs out there. And if somebody gets on workers' comp, they're reluctant to try and upset the apple cart. Secondly, they've got a lot of return to work programs. Rather than just sit home and watch TV now, they'll have you doing something, answering phones, if you're a Walmart worker, watching people go in and out. And, lots of businesses went out of business. I mean, the manufacturers, which is where a lot of work comp injuries came from, are gone now. So for that reason, I mean, everywhere you got assignments is super down. That's why, yeah. Good night, Kim. And that's where the money's at, working for insurance companies. And you have a lot of other companies too that rather than just, spend money for a PI, they would go out and they'll just offer you a settlement right out of the chute. Just, offer you whatever. And then they don't need to mess with that down the road and try and hire some guy like a PI to see what you're up to. And the other PI business, like serving papers, infidelity, that kind of stuff, accidents, that never really paid much. There wasn't that much of it around to begin with. Pre-employment, it's all bullshit. You can't bill enough. Good night, Alethea. See you, Chris. Rita, Kane, Jabo. You guys nighty night. Yeah, I mean, if you look at agencies, probably nationwide, I'm sure it's way, 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 way down. Yeah, but usually fraud, they did that in-house. I mean, you could consider work comp investigations potential fraud, but the actual fraud investigations like arson, padding bills, those were always usually done by in-house employees to begin with because it didn't require, long hours of surveillance. Yeah, it's a tough grind, though. I mean, I marketed the work. You have to really market the work you're interested in. I mean, I had Yellow Page listings in like 9 big cities, and I bet I didn't get 10 cases a year from those. I went after the work that I wanted at insurance companies. Well, you guys have a good night tonight, and have a good day tomorrow. I'll probably be on tomorrow night. Hopefully you don't get nailed. It's supposed to be raining tonight. So take care, everybody.